the other side, Henry County, while they may not be the best team, they do some things that makes North Oldham think. And so there were situations that they were put in where they may be able to improve from last week. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. Oldham County and North Oldham, I mean, you can throw everything out the door anyway. Two rivalries, second game of the year. They're looking forward to it.
Both teams 1-0 on the season. Want to welcome you to the Baptist Health pregame show here on the Pegasus Sports Network. Let's take a look. Of course, this is just the second meeting between these two schools, Scott. North Oldham won in come-from-behind fashion last year at Oldham County by a final score of 31-20. You and I were there at that ball game. It was a game that really was a tale of two halves. Oldham County might have had the chance to not only win the game, but pretty much put it out of reach early. Mistakes, so very costly to the Colonels early.
Well, not only mistakes, it was turnovers in the red zone. So it's one thing to turn over the ball at midfield, but you're almost guaranteed points once you get down into the red zone, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown if you're able to get in. And so when you turn the ball over that deep, it's more of a momentum killer. It's not just turning the ball over at that point. It's a momentum killer for the next play and the next drive as well. But it was a tremendous game. North Oldham able to hang in until the fourth quarter and able to capitalize on those mistakes.
Yeah, Oldham actually outgained North. Maybe one of the most anemic offensive performances for the Mustangs all year. They only had 276 yards of offense, and Oldham outgained them by nearly 100 yards. But you talk about that fourth quarter. I think last year, Scott, this was a North Oldham team that had a dramatic size advantage on the line. They were bigger, they were stronger, they were deeper in the trenches, and in the fourth quarter it really seemed to pay off.
And that's really what you're looking for. I mean, when you get down into the fourth quarter, you want to really have a team that can run the ball, especially if you can keep it close, and you run that clock, and you keep the ball in your possession, not giving the defense or the other team a chance to go in and score quickly. Oldham County, we know they're not as much of a running team as North Oldham, so they typically get down the field a little bit quicker with the passing game. So if you're North Oldham, they kept it close. That's exactly where they wanted to be. Despite all the turnovers that Oldham County had, they still had a chance to win that game as well, though.
Yeah, Brett Stranad, the junior quarterback last year, he's a senior this year, had a 1-yard run in the third period. That gave Oldham County a 20-17 lead going into the fourth quarter. Stranad had a very nice game last year against the Mustangs, throwing the ball and running the ball, but Oldham just not able to hang on in the fourth. It was all North Oldham in the fourth period. Zach Evans and Josh Smith, both with rushing touchdowns in that fourth quarter, and that pushed North Oldham to that 31-20 lead. Big game for Josh Smith for North Oldham, finished with about 107 yards and a touchdown, and we'll be talking a lot more about that young man in just a minute because he had a pretty darn good game last week against Henry County. But you look back to that ball game, and, it was the first game of the series. There was a lot of pride on the line. North Oldham was en route to one of their better seasons with 9 wins last year. Oldham County, I didn't know it at the time, but they were en route to one of their worst seasons in a while, just winning 2 games. But this is a new budding rivalry, and you can bet the gloves are off now, and they'll be off tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Anytime you get a crosstown rival, you want bragging rights for the next year. And Oldham County let Oldham County play. The players are still friends and whatnot in between. They're letting their buddy hear about it for the entire past year. So Oldham County, I guarantee you, looking forward to this one since last season.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. This is the Baptist Health pregame show. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the two teams. First off, the North Oldham Mustangs, and you are listening to Mustang and Colonel Football on the Pegasus Sports Network.
You give 110%. Baptist Sports Medicine's group of sports medicine-trained physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers go just as hard to get you back in the game you love. Our facility at Baptist East Point features private treatment rooms, a physical therapy gym, indoor turf field, and other sports training facilities. No matter what your level or your game, to get back to your best, consult the best. Call 253-6689 or visit BaptistSportsMedKY.com.
At OfficeMax, your success is our business. Whether you're looking for a printer, office furniture, software, laptops, or simple office supplies. Office Max has it all in one convenient location at prices you can afford. Check out the Office Max Impress Business Center, where no job is too small or too large. They can help you with simple laminating or business cards, or help you put together that award-winning business presentation with their digital color printing, copying, and binding services. That's Office Max. Open till 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, till 6 p.m. on Sundays. Office Max. Work with us.
A proud sponsor of the Pegasus Sports Network is Mountjoy Chilton Medley Certified Public Accountants, the largest locally based accounting firm in Kentucky and southern Indiana, offering a full range of accounting, audit, tax planning, and advisory services for businesses and individuals. Employing nearly 120 CPAs, Mountjoy Chilton Medley provides highly specialized services that can help you achieve your personal and business goals. For a complete list of services and more, on the web at mcpa.com. Mountjoy Chilton and Medley, 502-749-1900.
Hi, I'm Craig Wallace, Associate Principal at North Oldham High School. The North Oldham Athletic Booster Club is proud to once again sponsor high school sports on the Pegasus Sports Network. And now it's a great time for you to get involved supporting Mustang Athletics. Contact North Oldham Athletic Director Tom Clemens at 228-0158 for more information on how you can become a part of the Mustang Athletics programs through the North Oldham Booster Club. The North Oldham Booster Club, proud to be supporters of Mustangs and Lady Mustangs.
Are you getting your money's worth from your auto and homeowner's insurance? Well, why not find out? Before renewing your present policies, contact S&A Insurance in Crestwood. They're friends you can depend on. S&A makes it easy by working with you to identify the insurance services that are right for you and your family, using their access to multiple companies to deliver broad coverage at competitive prices. Call S&A Insurance today at 243-2234. That's 243-2234. Welcome back to Pegasus Sports Network coverage of the Colonels and the Mustangs, live from Goshen's Mustang Field. I'm Mike Montgomery along with Scott Jaggers. Tonight's broadcast brought to you on video by KentuckySports.co, which I tell you something, you're going to want to be following KentuckySports.co all this week, because you're going to see a whole lot of stuff about UK and U of L. There's a little game coming up next week, they tell me, at Papa John's Cardinal Stadium, and a whole lot of people seem to be interested in it. So that's KYSports.co, and you get a whole lot of lead up to the big game. Speaking of the big game here tonight, let's talk about those Mustangs who come in here 1-0 after the big win over Henry County last week, 38-7. Your final score. And, you know, we talked about Josh Smith. You know, they needed somebody to step up. All they did was lose the school's all-time record setter from last year, Jacob Raymond, who was the who got 1,300 yards rushing last year, set a school single-season mark, tied the single-season mark with 13 touchdowns. They needed somebody to step up. They knew they had a big stable of runners who were quick, fast, powerful. And last week, the guy who came up big was Josh Smith, 16 carries, 235 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Well, based on the way he came in at times last year, I fully expect that he's going to continue that this year. I mean, you're talking about a guy, 235 yards last week. That's almost half of his season total last year, 545 yards on the year. Only 3 touchdowns, but already he's matched his season productivity and touchdowns this year in one game. So he's fully somebody I fully expect that's going to continue that trend this year.
Let's take a look at some of the keys from, or not keys, but the highlights from last week's game for North Oldham. Like we said, the leading rusher in the game, and this was a game where North Oldham handled the ball on the ground very well. Keep in mind they averaged 321 yards on the ground last year. Last week, 409 yards rushing, averaged nearly 9 yards a pop.
Well, and they're going to continue the offense. As long as Coach Martin is here, they're going to continue to run the same offense. You know what's coming. Unfortunately, you just can't stop that. You've got a team averaging 300 and whatever you said, 320-some yards a game over a season. Now, you can see a team maybe doing that once a year, but you're averaging that over an entire season. That's mind-boggling.
Well, and as you see there on the screen, for those of you listening at home right now on the live audio broadcast, you'll have to watch tomorrow to see the screen. But, the offensive plays, they ran 51 snaps from scrimmage last week. 14 of those went for 10 yards or more, and nearly half, 25 of the 51, went for 5 yards or more.
Well, you always talk about coaches wanting to get in that third and short, second and short situation so they never know what's coming. When you're doing this right here, you don't have to worry about that. You're always in a 1st and 10 situation.
Yeah, and then, like I said, half the time, second down was 5 yards or less. Obviously, this is a team that goes behind that big O-line, Scott. They've got some big guys inside. They're veterans. They threw them into the fire 2 years ago when they were sophomores. Didn't have a whole lot of necessarily expectations as to how well they would do as sophomores, and they did extraordinarily well. They had a great season, and now you add a year when they played as juniors last year. They win 9 games. This year they come in. A lot's expected from that line. Veterans, they're big, they're strong, and that's what makes this team go.
Well, I think you said the key word there. It's veterans, and these are guys that have played together. You're not just talking about guys that have a lot of playing time. A lot of people don't understand that football starts on the line. The other guys, the ball handlers, the passers, the runners, the catchers, they can't do anything without that O-line or the D-line. Everything starts right there in the trenches. So when you have, it's almost like a basketball team gelled together. You've got 5 guys that have played together for 4 years. You're obviously going to know where each other's going to be. It's the same way on that line. You know where each other are going to be every play.
Yeah, and then the timing in the offensive line probably gets very overlooked. People understand that offense is timing, but offense, that timing goes with the offensive line just as much as it is a quarterback, say, to a wide receiver.
And especially in an offense like North Oldham runs. Timing is everything when it comes to the type of runs that they're able to play out.
Tanner Williams at that center position, 6'2", 290-pounder. He's a senior. It all starts with him, but it's a good-sized line around him. Last week, Peter and Jimmy and Austin Metcalf were the guards, and Jimmy, a senior at 213. Austin Metcalf, a junior, pressed into starting service last week because Colin Sanborn was out. He's a junior. Metcalf is a junior. The tackles last week were Big Dayton Pretty, 6'3", 308-pounder, a senior. He played the right tackle. He's a tough guy to move. And Colin Clark over on left tackle last week, 6'3", 267 pounds, a junior. And, of course, we expect to see Colin Sanborn back into the mix this week, a 6'2", 285 senior. Those 6 guys are going to keep that a very fresh line. And, of course, on the line also, when they run a tight end set, a pretty good-sized fellow himself, Caleb LaGrange, 6'3", 225, a senior. There's the veterans, lots of seniors, lots of size.
Yeah, and like I said, that's what you want when it comes to a football team. The more veterans you have, I mean, you see it every day in college and NFL. It doesn't matter what level you're talking about. When you get the experience, they've all played together, that's where your team starts.
Defensively last week, North Oldham kind of reminded me of the old Dallas Cowboys from the 70s, kind of the bend but don't break philosophy. They gave up a lot of yards. Henry County had as many first downs as North Oldham had, and only scored 7 points in the ball game. Just one extended drive in the whole game. And
that's a trend you saw last year with this team as well. They gave up a lot of yards at times last year, but it seems like they always find a way to keep them out of the end zone, and a lot of times keep them off the board altogether. They'll force a turnover or whatever that may be in the red zone. And as a coach, it just gives you a lot of gray hairs over on the sideline. You're letting the team move down the field like it's nothing. You're thinking, okay, we've got to stop them in the red zone.
Last week, the baptism of fire for Keenan Dowd at quarterback, starting his first game for the Mustangs. He only threw 2 passes all of last year in a backup role. Mainly was used as a linebacker in 2011. Actually was one of the leading tacklers on this team. Last week, carried the ball 6 times for 49 yards, 2 for 5 passing for just 18 yards and a touchdown. But I'll tell you something, I was very impressed by this young man. He's a very strong-armed young man, can get the ball downfield. But what I was impressed with was the way he handled the ball on the rollouts. He didn't sell out to the run too quickly.
And that's something that he's obviously learned over time. Not getting much experience last year and playing on the defense, that can actually help you a little bit become an offensive player. You look and you kind of learn what you're watching. It's not like moving from a a wide receiver to a quarterback because you're not able to watch that quarterback all the time. When you're on defense as a linebacker, you're watching that quarterback. So you pick up some things whether you realize it or not, and that may be something that he learned when you roll out. Don't sell out too quickly. Keep your eyes downfield.
All right, we're going to take a timeout here on the Baptist Health pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at the Oldham County Colonels. They were big winners last week, 55-0 over to Atherton, and we'll be back right after this.
Baptist Crestwood is now open on Kentucky 329, conveniently located approximately 1 mile from I-71. Baptist Crestwood offers outpatient physical therapy and diagnostic imaging services, including x-rays and CT scans. Digital mammography, diagnostic ultrasound, and DEXA bone density scanning are coming soon. The facility also houses the offices of Baptist Medical Associates Crestwood. For more information, visit baptistcrestwood.com.
A wise man once said, "The secret to happiness is comfortable shoes." Well, I don't know about that, but I do know one thing. I'm a happy man when my feet are feeling good. And that's the idea behind Happy Feet, the world's most comfortable slippers. It's like walking on pillows. Owned and operated right here in Kentucky, Happy Feet has the coolest, the warmest, the most comfortable slippers around. College basketball fans will love the UK and U of L slippers. They look just like sneakers. Animal lovers will adore Animal Feet, a line of cushy slippers that look like every animal you can think of. There's even a dinosaur for the kids. Check them all out now at www.buyhappyfeet.com. That's www.buyhappyfeet.com, and give the gift of Happy Feet. Happy Feet. It's like walking on pillows.
Hi, my name is Kevin, and I'm a senior at Oldham County High School. The Oldham County Athletic Boosters are proud to once again sponsor high school sports on the Pegasus Sports Network. And now is a great time for you to get involved with Colonel Athletics. Contact Oldham County Athletic Director Kevin Combs at 222-9461 for more information about how you can become part of the Colonel's success through Oldham County High School Athletic Booster Club. The Oldham County Booster Club, wishing the Colonels and Lady Colonels the very best.
Accidents happen both on the field and on the roads. Oldham Collision Center is your local choice for professional auto body repair. Close to you in Crestwood on Old Highway 329 next to the Boating Center. Oldham Collision Center combines the best facilities, the best product, and the best service to get your car back on the road where it belongs. If you're in an accident, call Nick first at 241-1124. That's 241-1124. He and the great folks at Oldham Collision Center would like to say good luck to each of the Oldham County teams this fall.
It was a Friday night in Kentucky, and all across the state, streets were empty. Stores were dark. Restaurants were closed. Even the town squares, normally the center of the action, were silent and still. In most states, the sudden disappearance of a town's population would be cause for alarm. But this was Kentucky, and it was high school football, volleyball, and soccer season. The explanation was perfectly clear. This wasn't some episode of The Twilight Zone. It was game night.
At the Kentucky High School Athletic Association, we salute the players, coaches, and fans that make high school sports one of our state's proudest traditions. We invite you to be part of the action. High school sports, where greatness gets its start. This message made possible by the KHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Goshen, Kentucky. Mustang Field. Pegasus Sports Network coverage continues of the Mustangs and the Colonels. This is the Baptist South pregame show. Glad to have you here with us, along with Scott Jaggers. Mike Montgomery here with you on a hot Friday night. Guys, it little bit warmer than it was. It was great last week. We were talking about temperatures in the upper 70s. Tonight, conditioning may play a little bit more of a factor. Is the temperature and the humidity up just a little bit?
Yeah, I enjoyed this, though. I enjoyed the warm weather, especially playing sports. I don't know why. You know, it's just something I enjoyed. These guys, they're young. They have no idea what the temperature is outside anyway. Unless it's above 100 or below 30, they don't know.
Let's take a look at Oldham County. We talked about the Mustangs. Oldham County last week also with an easy win in the first week of action. 35-0 leaders at halftime over Atherton. They cruised to a 55-0 win that probably wasn't even that close. The Colonels had 2 drop touchdown passes last week and a touchdown run called back. Otherwise, it would have been an even bigger margin. Interesting game for the Colonels. They scored 8 touchdowns. And, Scott, they came from an average of 43 yards, lots of home runs hit by Oldham County last week.
Well, we talked about how this team can be explosive like that, and that just goes to show if you're a defensive back for the Mustangs tonight, you have to be ready for the passes from Oldham County because they can hit one quick and be gone with it.
Oldham County, you see there on your screen, for those of you watching on the video, averaging 11.1 yards per snap. In other words, a first down every time they snap the ball on average. Defensively holding Atherton to just 109 yards of total offense. Can't do much when you can't get the ball moving. And we talked about the ways they scored. Oldham County scoring touchdowns via the run, the pass, by defense, and by special teams as the entire team got into the action for OC.
Well, as a coach, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a balanced team. You don't want to be great offensively and come back out on the field and give up a touchdown just like it's nothing. You want a balanced team, and that's exactly what Oldham County played last week, was a balanced game. Every facet of the team getting in on the scoring.
One of the stories we're going to be talking a lot about Oldham County tonight, we talked about him last week, and he didn't disappoint, is junior kicker Sean Nurnberger, transfer from Illinois. He's a German soccer kicker, and he has a powerful leg. Every kickoff last week went 9 yards deep in the end zone. Atherton was 0 kickoff return yardage, and largely as a result of what he did when he punted the ball and how the Oldham County defense played last week, Oldham County's average starting field position was on the Atherton side of the field at the Atherton 40.
Well, sometimes kickers get a bad name, but when you've got a weapon like that can give you good field position, and even when you start getting on your side of the field, if you believe that you're going to score anytime you cross the 50, because I'm watching this guy during warm-ups, he's out here kicking 40, 45-yard field goals, so you don't have to get all the way to the end zone, so that gives you a lot of confidence. So kickers get a bad name, but believe it or not, they can change the way the game plays.
Oldham County the Oldham County captains out there: Brett Stranad, number 7, Chris Caudill, number 16, senior running back. Looks like it was number 68, Justin Kroger, 6-foot senior lineman. And there it is Corey Bryant, 6-foot senior. He's the other captain for Oldham County. For North Oldham, Josh Smith is out there, the senior running back, number 34. 16 is Caleb Kellogg, who is now a fullback and a kicker for the team. R.J. Condren, a 5'10", 230-pound senior, back in action tonight after sitting out last week. And then, of course, the center, Tanner Williams, 6'2", 290-pounder. And as you saw there, the choice was deferred. It was won by Oldham County, deferred, and North Oldham is going to be taking the ball to start this game. They will have to go into the wind as Oldham County chooses to defend the west end zone. Take another quick look here at Oldham County before we wrap up our pregame. Last week, big game for Jacob Taylor, Scott. He had on-again, off-again success last year running behind an undermanned or an undersized Oldham County offensive line. And last year, the Colonels' offensive line averaged only 197 pounds. This year, a much bigger, stronger line. They average 244 across the front. The smallest guy is 220. And Jacob Taylor, running behind that, had a great game last week. He only had 4 carries, but he got 102 yards and a score.
Well, anytime you can average 25 yards a carry, I would say you're on again. The only thing I wish that we would get to see are these two offensive lines actually going against each other. The offensive line for North Oldham and the offensive line for Oldham County. Unfortunately, the defensive line for both sides a little bit outweighed by the other side.
Chris Caudill had a nice game last week for Oldham County. The 5'11", 175-pound senior playing at running back, carried the ball 5 times, had 85 yards for the Colonels. He also scored a touchdown. Addison Deckard rotating in there at running back, averaging 10 yards a carry on about 12 on 3 carries. He also had a touchdown. He also had a touchdown receiving last week as a lot of different players got in the action. Stranad did not really have to throw the ball much. Did complete 2 passes, both of which went for touchdowns as he had 44 yards passing, 2 of 6 passing, 1 interception, 2 touchdowns. For the folks listening at home right now, let's kind of paint the picture here for you. North Oldham in their home black, all black pants and jerseys, teal numbers, and, of course, the black helmets. Check the helmet logo for tonight. It is the new one here that has the fist, the teal fist on the right side of the helmet. It's a little different. Oldham County will be wearing royal blue pants, white jerseys, royal blue numbers, and solid royal blue helmet. And the Colonels will be kicking off. It'll be Sean Nurnberger, the junior kicker, putting this game into action. Your pregame show has been brought to you by Baptist Health. Feel good.
Pretty good crowd out for both sides here, Mike, as you might expect. The black hole down on our right down here, standing up and getting ready for kickoff. Oldham County bringing a nice-sized crowd on the other side, visitor side of the stadium, nearly to capacity.
Yep, good crowds. You know, hey, you're, 20 minutes apart, the schools? And in a good crowd here, great weather. You just love to see rivalry games played on great weather, and this is just a great night for football. Both teams will be on the road next week. Oldham County going to Collins in Shelbyville, and North Oldham heading into Jefferson County to play Christian Academy of Loyalville. But tonight, it's all about guarding the backyard, and North Oldham set to have the ball first here as Nurnberger paces off his steps here. He'll be kicking from right to left. Number 1 makes his move to the football, and this is a low-line drive, but it'll go into the end zone about 6 yards deep, and North will start at their own 20. Again, last week, Atherton did not have a single kickoff return against the Colonels. We'll see if Nurnberger can keep that streak going tonight.
And if you want to play, for the Colonels, I think special teams is where you want to be because you're not going to have to do much with those types of kicks every time.
Colin Sanborn back in the starting lineup for North Oldham on that line. Tanner Williams will be your starting center. Trying to pick it up. Looks like Peter and Jimmy at one guard along with Sanborn. Dayton Pretty and Colin Clark are your tackles. From the wing tee, and they send Evans in motion. And they gave it the other way, and breaking into the clear is Josh Smith. He's got running room. 2 men to beat. Cuts back to the right at the 20 and inside the Oldham County 20 before Chris Caudill finally brings him down at the 19. A well-executed fake by the Mustangs on the very first play from scrimmage. You know, if you see North Oldham play, you've seen that pitch out of the motion so many times, and Oldham County just wasn't quite ready for that play.
And that's going to be a 61-yard gain on the first play for scrimmage for Josh Smith. But I did want to point out Cody Elbert all the way downfield. He was hustling down as well, giving him a block, and probably picked up another 15 yards.
They fake it to Smith this time. Dowd is going to take it on a quarterback roll to the left. Picks up about 5, maybe 7 now as he gets inside the 15 and down to about the 13. Getting in there, Chandler Besser for Oldham County to make the initial hit for the Colonels. Oldham County is going to show basically a 43 look this year on defense. The tackles will be Mikey Caudill, had a great game last week for the Colonels. Keith Henry, the other tackle. Justin Kroger and Luke Collins will be your ends for Oldham County. Across the linebacking court will be Zach Ball, Corey Bryant, and Addison Deckard. Assuming Zach Ball is out, I take that back. Chase Tyndall in there. Handoff to the fullback this time. Kellogg fighting his way forward. Should have the first down. Well, he may be about a half yard shy, as they'll spot him right on the 10-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Rest of the defense tonight, Chandler Besser and Jonathan Stocking typically will be your corners. Jacob Taylor is a starting safety. We'll also watch Chris Caudill, number 16. He's listed as a strong safety, but Scott, they'll walk him up, and sometimes they'll show this as a 4-4 look. Quarterback keeper straight up the gut that time. And Dowd should have the first down. North Oldham will move the chains inside the 10 now. It'll be 1st and goal.
Looks like he nearly lost that ball on a fumble. It came out, but they're going to say his knee was down. Oldham County did actually end up with that ball, but he was already across the goal or across the first down line and laying on the ground when they took it away from him.
Well, Oldham County trying to get their legs under them defensively here now. Dowd goes under center from the wing tee, gives it to his wing, and I believe that was Jake Evans there. No, excuse me, that was Josh Smith, and he'll get it down to about the 2.5-yard line. Nothing fancy here, just straight ahead power running for the Mustangs.
No, we're still on the 8-yard line there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I was looking through the glasses there and looked at the wrong line. You're right. About the 7 maybe. They'll send Josh Smith left wing. Jake Evans is the right wing. Evans in motion. They'll give it to him running off left tackle. Bounces inside, takes it to the end zone, and that should be a touchdown, North Oldham. And there is the signal. 9:15 to play, first period. North Oldham draws blood on the first drive. They're on top, 6-0.
And Mike, we talk about North Oldham. You can talk about it every game. You just never know who's going to get the ball. I mean, they line up almost exactly the same every play, and it's a misdirection. You've got guys going every which way. You just never know who he's going to hand to.
Kellogg's kick goes skyward and goes out of the out of the stadium. Kicked it over the fence and out of bounds. Complete there. 9:15 to play here in the first period. Mustang 7, Oldham County nothing. We'll be back to Mustang Field right after this.
It's the same story at high schools all over Kentucky. Players compete, referees officiate, fans cheer, and character counts. At the Kentucky High School Athletic Association, we'd like to remind you that sportsmanship is just as much a part of high school sports as the action on the field. As players, coaches, officials, or fans, we're only as good as our best behavior. Character counts. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the KHSAA and the generosity of this station.
Well, we didn't really get a chance to talk about the Oldham County keys to victory, but we had 4 of them limited down. We talked about the North Oldham ones as well. We didn't get a chance to go over those, but for Oldham County, one of the things we wanted to say was they had to avoid the over pursuit against North Oldham. That can be deadly, and Scott, it cost him on the first play of scrimmage.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say Josh Smith last week took one 80 yards to the house, first play of the game, and this week he's got a 61-yard rush to get him inside the red zone. But you're right, it was definitely an over pursuit in the middle of the field. Good job by Josh Smith to recognize that, get out to the sideline, and get as many yards as possible.
Here's the kick by Kellogg, a high kick. It is just going to carry into the end zone, so Oldham County will have it on the touchback. So 7-0 as North Oldham strikes early here in the ball game. Oldham County will get the ball now for the first time.
And we'll have to see how Oldham County able to respond. Once again, the defense here for North Oldham has to be ready for a quick strike. If I'm Oldham County and I'm coming out here and they've just brought the ball all the way down the field and scored on me, I'm going for a home run the first play.
Let's see. Brett Stranad at quarterback, the senior, second-year starter. He's got Jacob Taylor behind him, senior running back, and Taylor gets the call. Tries to bounce to the outside, spins off one tackler to the 25, and down very close to the first down. And he got hit about 3 or 4 yards after getting the ball, but ends up picking up about 11, and Oldham County gets a first down.
Yeah, and that tackle is going to go to Michael Cho after he got the first down, but he was able to bring him down. Didn't quite see who missed that first tackle about 8 yards back.
Aaron Gelnett is the center for Oldham County, a 6'2", 240 senior. Mikey Caudill and Keith Henry the guards. Corey Bryant, Justin Kroger round out that front on the tackle positions. It's a big front line, averaging 244. Taylor gets the call again. He's going to try the left side. Gets around the end. He's got room. First down at the 40 to the 45, and out of bounds just shy of North Oldham territory as he picks up about 17. It'll be another first down.
Jake Collins able to ride him out of bounds. He just grabbed a hold and went ahead for the ride about 3 yards before he was able to push him out, and really close to a late hit on the out of bounds play. He was about 3 steps out of bounds by the time he went down.
North Oldham with that 3-man front. Dayton Pretty in the middle. Big 308-pounder, 6'5". He's the nose guard. Caleb LaGrange and R.J. Condren are the ends. Stranad, hands off in the backfield, bouncing off, and Caudill has room to run and now is spun and will fall forward into North territory at the 49, but that was a play that the Colonels very fortunate to end up with positive yardage.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, good job by the Mustangs at the end of that play to gang tackle him, but in the backfield, he actually ran into the back of his own man before he was able to spin out, so a good job by the running back to actually spin out and gain positive yards. That could have been about a 3-yard loss.
Chandler Besser, Elijah Keene, the starting receivers for OC. Blake Johnson is the tight end. And it will be Stranad under center on 2nd and 7 now. Taylor again the lone setback. They fake it to him. Play action, rolling left. Stranad going to tuck it under, going to run it. He's got some room. Gets down near the 40 and knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line. That will move the chains.
And I got to tell you, I like how Stranad tucked that thing in. He made a good ball fake to the running back going off to his right, and it almost hid the ball. You used to see Peyton Manning do that a lot. He would kind of hide the ball a little bit and kind of act like he handed it off, and that's exactly what he did, and he was able to gain some yards out of it.
Let's look at the rest of that defense. Very good linebacker core. Josh Smith, Nick Tomey, Will Steinfeld in the middle of the defense there. Cody Elbert, the leading tackler from last year, and Clay Foster are those linebackers. Jake Collins, Quentin Shea in the corners, and Michael Cho is the safety. Taylor straight into the line, picks his way, finds room, cuts it back to the left at the 30, the 20, the 15, and wrestled down near the 4-yard line. Yep. See exactly where they spotted it. Looks like it will be the 5. So a pickup of, 34 yards there.
Well, once again, you talked about over pursuit. That's exactly what the Mustangs did that time. Nice job by Taylor to recognize that. That play designed to go out up the middle and to the right. He saw everybody over pursuing him to that right side, cuts it back to his left, gets to the sideline, and able to pick up a big gain.
Well, Oldham County right now looking like the quicker team on the field and picking up big chunks of yardage. Keene wide to the left. Besser goes wide right. It'll be an I backfield this time behind Stranad. And the handoff will be to Caudill. Caudill in the line, fumble the ball, but Oldham County has fallen on it in the end zone. That'll be a touchdown. For Oldham County fans, it was heart attack time. But for the Colonels, and I'm trying to pick up his number once he turns.
It was 53 there,
It
Mike.
was 53 for OC, and that
Collins.
was Luke Collins falling on it for the score.
Very fortunate. I mean, we talked about this is exactly what happened last year, the fumbles in the red zone. You've really got to be careful. They are fortunate to fall on that one for the touchdown.
Yeah, he not only fumbled it, he fumbled it well away from his body. Caudill never had a chance at recovering it himself. Nurnberger on to tie, and the kicker boots it up, and he boots it through. Oldham County ties it with 7:16 to go here in the first. We'll take a break. Oldham County 7, North Oldham 7. We'll be back to Mustang Field right after this on the Pegasus Sports Network.
Introducing a new baseball training facility in Crestwood. 10th Inning Training Center is now open, offering individual hitting, pitching, and catching lessons. Their instructors know what it takes to get your game to the next level. 10th Inning Training Center also offers facility rentals for team practices. Located on Old Highway 329 in Crestwood, 10th Inning Training Center is the place to go during the fall and winter months. Call Nick today, 645-3586. 10th Inning Training Center, 645-3586.
As we come back to action here, let's take a look at what the keys to victory are tonight for these two teams. For Oldham County offense, avoid turnovers, and we very nearly saw a repeat of last year, Scott.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we talked about. 3 turnovers last year in the red zone and nearly another one here on the first drive tonight. They are fortunate that they were able to fall on that one. Luke Collins falls on it in the end zone.
Maybe, as you said, perhaps his first touchdown. O-line has to win the battle of the trenches for Oldham County tonight. They're not undersized this year, so they have no excuse there. That's going to be important. Defense, they have to avoid the impulse to over-pursue, and that cost them that first drive for North Oldham. And we said that Oldham has to win the field position game. Nurnberger puts this one into the end zone, so again, North Oldham no return. Scott, what about those keys for the Mustangs?
Well, for the Mustangs, their offense, they can't be one-dimensional. You know they're going to run the ball, but they really have to keep this game close if they're going to do that and really control the clock. Actually, I mean, they don't want to keep it close, but they want to control the clock. What you don't want to do is get into a situation where you're falling behind and you have to pass the ball. We talked about the inexperience at quarterback. That could be come into position. In the fourth quarter, you want to be close. You want to eat up the clock and, of course, avoid turnovers. That's the same for any team, any game.
In motion, and the handoff. Well, I'm trying to pick up the ball here. I believe that ended up in the hands. I'm trying to pick up the number. Is that Jake? Jake Evans? Yeah, it was Jake Evans on the carry that time, number 12. And they did a good job there in the backfield. Unfortunately, I just couldn't see the body holding the ball. I could see where it was going. And no gain that time as Oldham County with good pursuit. North Oldham last week, penalties were an issue for the Mustangs. They had 2 touchdowns erased due to penalties. You got to think they've got to avoid those untimely flags this week. Jake Evans and Smith are the wings. They fake it to the pitch. They give it to the fullback going through, and that's Kellogg, and he'll fight his way out for a pickup of 5 out to about the 25-yard line. Just a straight-ahead dive to the fullback that time. And how about the transition of Kellogg? He ends up getting 4. They'll mark him at the 24. How about the transition of Kellogg from lineman to fullback?
Yeah, I mean, like you said before, he lost some weight coming into this season. It looks like he's gotten a lot quicker from what I remember last year. And for him to step up and play fullback, that gives another spot on that line. I'm sorry, and
this time there'll be the pitch to the fullback. Colonels with good pursuit, though, and not a whole heck of a lot there as he's wrapped up at about the 26-yard line. It's going to be about 4th down and 4, and North Oldham will bring on the punt team.
That opens up another spot for somebody else to step in. A good fullback in this type of offense is almost a necessity. You can't go without it.
Well, and one of the things that North has is an abundance of big bodies who can play down on that line, offense and defense. They're actually one of the few 4A teams you're going to find that can actually platoon. Keep in mind that Oldham County is 6A. They're in the largest class. North Oldham is in 4A. Oldham County, you won't see a lot of platooning on that line tonight. We're going to have a timeout here.
Timeout North Oldham.
North Oldham. I think there was a little confusion on the personnel there, Scott.
Yeah, it's not. In fact, it may be the first time this season they've had to bring out the punt team on a 4th down. So I can see where the confusion would be there.
Both teams getting the offense going early. Oldham County finally getting a stop here, though. They force a 3-and-out. They should get the ball in pretty good field position. And we just got through saying that the field position game was very critical for Oldham County tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be critical for both teams, but especially Oldham County. For them to be able to force a 4th down this deep in territory, I mean they haven't gotten a first down on this drive. To get North Oldham to go 3-and-out, that's really saying something for your defense.
Well, with a kicker like Nurnberger, and we haven't seen him try a field goal yet. He didn't try any field goals last week against Atherton, but Matt Brown tells us that he's comfortable letting him try a 50-yard field goal. He said he's very comfortable letting him do it. So that means, when you get the ball in good field position, all you got to do is get to about the 33. And Oldham County very nearly blocking this punt. But a good kick by Kellogg. It'll hit at the 31, bounces Oldham County territory down to the 24. A good North Oldham bounce. And so the Colonels aren't able to get that great field position thanks to the leg of Kellogg.
Yeah, very good punt. And the thing I've noticed, even when he kicked off just a few minutes ago, when he put it right on the goal line, he has a very high kick. And what that does, it gives your team time to get down the field and really get in a position to make a play, whether it's minimum gain for the special teams of Oldham County or whether it's forcing a turnover. If you get down there quick enough, sometimes that guy trying to catch that fair catch down there gets kind of nervous and drops the ball. So you put your team in a good position.
4:55 to go here in the first. Oldham County 1st and 10 from their 24. Pitch back and over around the right side, and he's got room to run for the Colonels. Running down the sideline, number 12, Taylor Hazelwood. No, I was 16. I'm sorry. That's why it's Chris Caudill, and they're going to mark him out of bounds. We're going to get a flag, and it's going to be a hold against Oldham County. There's a reason why he was trucking down that sideline unimpeded, and the first penalty of the game goes against the Colonels.
And that flag was thrown right on the line of scrimmage, so it makes you think it must have been on an offensive lineman. You know, sometimes you get out on the outside like that and they'll catch a receiver with holding, but that one right on the line of scrimmage.
Pretty much, and it'll back it up to the 16-yard line, and that'll take away a first down as Caudill got a nice gainer there.
Those are the penalties that kill you. Take away a first down, take away a touchdown.
Brett Irvin, wide to the near side for OC. They got a wide out to the right as well. They'll hand off to Taylor in the backfield on 1st and long. Sliding, turning, spinning, and just nothing going there. A host of black jerseys. He got away from a couple, and there just were too many coming that time, and he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Yeah, it looked like it may have been a broken play. There were way too many black jerseys in the backfield that time. He was dodging and weaving, trying to get out of there, but it didn't look like everything went as planned.
2nd down, 19. Let's make it 2nd down and 18 now for Oldham County. They'll send Keene and Taylor wide to the left. Taylor's in the slot. Besser wide to the right side. Stranad in the shotgun. Throws to Keene, and through Keene's hands out at the 22-yard line and incomplete.
Yeah, and that pass was behind him. He was trying to go back shoulder on that one. It was loose coverage, and he just took about a 10-yard drop, and they tried to go back shoulder to him and actually threw it a little bit too far behind him, so it goes through his hands and out of bounds.
Probably could have gotten about 8 out of that, maybe 9. Would have still been a 3rd and 9, but now Oldham, or 3rd and long, 9 maybe, 10, something like that. Now Oldham County is going to come out showing 3 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Stranad, empty backfield, goes into the shotgun. Has the ball, retreats. Tucks it underneath, tries to run it up ahead, and nothing doing. He'll be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and Oldham County will have to punt this one away.
Yeah, that one almost looked like a design draw. He took a couple of steps back and started going forward. Didn't even look like he looked at the receivers on the outside. So it looked like they were trying to spread the field out, see if they could get some room up the middle and get a draw play.
Well, and Stranad's an excellent runner. Both these teams have quarterbacks who can run very well. Stranad is a superb open field runner. Of course, Keenan Dowd with a lot of speed for North. And now it's the Mustangs looking to get this in good field position. See what Nurnberger does, and it goes through his hands high. Here comes the rush, and he's just going to take the knee in the end zone and take the intentional safety there, as opposed to taking a risk of getting hit and losing the ball and giving up a touchdown. 3:18 to play in the first period, and North Oldham moves ahead by 2, and they'll get the ball.
And you can attribute that safety to the defense of North Oldham. The holding penalty really plays a part there, because if you don't get that, even if you're from the original line of scrimmage and hiking that ball, it doesn't go into the end zone here. But the kicker doing the right thing and not trying to make too much of a play out of it. Takes it and just takes a knee and lives to see another day. Brings the defense back out on the field, hopefully to get the ball back.
Well, he might have been able to get what they call the rugby kickoff and at least get something, but it's a roll of the dice, and if you come up snake eyes, then you come up with that ball loose and rolling around in the end zone, and what it ends up is you end up giving up a touchdown. So probably a pretty smart decision on the young man's part.
Yeah, rather than 6 points, you're only giving up 2.
And while normally most teams would get a pretty decent field position off the free kick here, with Nurnberger's leg, even though he's kicking from the 20, there's a fair chance that Oldham County will be able to pin the Mustangs fairly deep. Now, not a whole lot of chance that Nurnberger's going to put him in the end zone here.
Well, even still, the Mustangs are all the way back at the goal line to keep the ball in front of him, but he's going to get this thing probably down to the 10-yard line anyway.
3:18 to go here in the first. North Oldham up by 2, 9-7. They're about to get the ball. Nurnberger, good end-over-end kick. It'll be fielded at the 18. Up ahead over the 30. And Jake Evans brought down as he crosses the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Luke Anderson on the tackle. Good open field tackle. Actually went a little bit high on him, but able to bring him down with up around the shoulders But a good job not to bring him down from behind. No horse collar or anything. Got him from the side and was able to bring him down. Typically want to see that tackle made a little bit lower than that, though.
And that ball traveled about 62 yards through the air. So that would have been another touchback had it been a regular kick from the 40 there. North Oldham in the Delaware wing tee. They'll send Evans in motion to the left. They fake it to him, give it going the other way, and Smith into the line is wrapped up immediately and brought down by Addison Deckard at the 35-yard line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs.
Oldham County looking to build on the last defensive stand that they had. See if they can force 2 straight 3-and-outs. Get the ball back in decent field position.
Dowd under center on 2nd and 10. Straight drop. Here comes the rush. He's in trouble. Sidesteps one defender. Can't get away from the second. And he'll throw the ball away. It'll be incomplete. Oldham County coaches demanding a call for a intentional grounding. Might have a argument there.
Yeah, they're going to say he was actually in the grasp already. So it's going to be a sack rather than the incomplete pass.
So that'll move North back to the 30-yard line. That was a close call either way. You know what? Both coaches' throats had lumps in it as that ball came out of the hands there of Keenan Dowd.
Yeah, he was in the grasp of 2 different Oldham County players. Probably the right call, but as a quarterback, you have to be a little bit smarter than that. You can't just throw that thing away. Either way, you're going to cost your team. I mean, they could easily call that a fumble.
Wideouts both ways for the Mustangs. They'll send Josh Smith in motion. Play action. Dowd throwing over the middle and over the head of his intended receiver, Jake Evans, down around the 41-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down, and for the second straight time, Oldham County's D will force a 3-and-out. Taylor and Caudell will go back for the Colonels to receive this punt. Well, this is going to be a fun one as this game goes along with these 2 kickers, though, Scott. I mean, these guys have legs, and they have really been booming the ball. Let's see what Kellogg does with this one.
Well, right now, at least for the last 5 minutes or so, you're talking about a defensive struggle both ways in this game. So good job by both defenses to show up. And, you've got 2 good offensive teams here.
Kellogg has it, gets it away, has pretty good height. His team will get down there to cover. This one's going to bounce straight up in the air, hits at the Oldham 32, and now rolls an Oldham County roll. Excuse me, it was about the 28. Now it rolls out to the 30, so it takes an Oldham County roll that time. It's down by the Mustangs at the OC 30.
And once again, kicking the high kick that time, 3 of his players able to get down before they were able to catch the ball, and he thought better of it because he would have gotten nailed just as he caught that ball. So he thinks better of it. So that's 1 plus that your kicker gives you in that situation.
A net 35-yard punt. That's a little below his average, but Oldham County will start 1st and 10. 1:33 to go here in the first. Stranad goes under center. Taylor behind him. Fakes it to Taylor. Rolls to his left. Has a little room. Is going to tuck it and run. Gets a blocker. Dives ahead. Out over the 35 to about the 36-yard line. And a nice gain on 1st down for the Colonels.
Cody Elbert on the tackle for the Mustangs.
I tell you, we'll call his name several times tonight. They'll give Stranad 5, so it'll be 2nd and 5. Boy, Elbert was very active last week in the win over Henry County. He was in the backfield more often than the Henry County running backs were, putting a lot of pressure on the defense. He's lining up about in the middle of that linebacking core right now. Stranad in the shotgun, hands off to Taylor. Running right, now cuts it back to the left, spins away from one tackler, still driving his legs forward, and he may have driven himself far enough for that 1st down.
They're going to stop and measure this one. Very close to a 1st down, you're right. But once again, he starts going up the right side once he gets into the middle and past the line of scrimmage. Starts going up to the right, and a nice little spin move to get back to the left side to gain the extra yards. But very impressive. He's getting about 3 to 4 yards after the initial contact every time he touches the ball.
He has 67 yards on just 5 carries already as we click into the final minute of the first period. 1st and 10 Colonels, their 5th 1st down of the first period. Stranad comes out with the I formation this time. Pitches it to Taylor, running wide right. Has a blocker, gets it up ahead to the 45, to the 50, into North Oldham territory and out of bounds at about the 42.
About a 17-yard gain.
Oldham County has moved the ball well so far in this ball game. And Jacob Taylor, it just says a lot about your line, too. I mean, he is doing a good job of seeing the field. I love the way he's setting up his blocks here. But last year did not have the advantage of that size that he's got in front of him. And, it's tough sledding if nobody can block for you.
Well, it's easy to see the lanes you need to take when they're that wide open. It's like a freeway out there in front of him.
Doing a good job, though, in traffic. Oldham County wideouts both ways. Strnad goes into the shotgun. He's got a back on either side of him. Hands off to Caudill, running wide left. Got to try to shake one guy. Can't get away from him, though, and he'll get cut down at the line of scrimmage. Cody Elbert out there along with number 76 for the Mustangs on the final play of the game. That was Grant Phillips assisting with the tackle. And we come to the end of one. North Oldham leads it here in Goshen, Kentucky at Mustang Stadium. 9-7. North Oldham over Oldham County. Colonels facing 2nd and 10 when we return.
Hi, this is David Hively, pastor of Grace and Glory Lutheran Church, with today's 60 Seconds of Grace. Often when people think about God, they think about big, flashy miracles. They think of creation, of walking on water, of healing people with various diseases. But it's also important to remember that God is just as present in the little things as God is in the miracles. All throughout his ministry, Jesus went out of his way to spend time with those whom others overlooked. Remember, no matter how invisible you may feel to those around you, God is always there, right beside you. As always, you're welcome to join us for worship on Sunday mornings at 9:30 on US 42 near the Goshen store. To view a transcript of this message or to find out more about Grace and Glory, visit us online at www.graceglory.org.
Back to action here at Mustang Field. Oldham County now going from left to right. It'll be 2nd down and about 10. And the handoff to Taylor, running wide to the right. Gets around the corner, and he's going to get very close to the 1st down. And a late hit is going to go against Michael Cho as he knocks him hard out of bounds. And he definitely hit him. He definitely hit him way out of bounds. But I think that was momentum. I don't know that he could have stopped himself.
Yeah, it was certainly close. He might have been a step out of bounds. But how about the burst of speed from Taylor? I mean, he was dead to rights to two Mustangs in the backfield that time. It looked like he was just jogging and just toying with them. Then all of a sudden a burst of speed to get out to the outside and to the sidelines and able to pick up positive yardage. And then he's rewarded with a late hit out of bounds.
Yeah, he was about 2 yards shy of the 1st down on the carry, but the 15 yards on the penalty will move it all the way down to the North Oldham 17-yard line. For the Colonels, Michael Schindler wide to the left side. It'll be Irvin wide to the right. High backfield behind Strnad as he goes under center. And he gave it to Deckard, the first man through, fighting his way forward, and Deckard met quickly by the middle of that North Oldham line, and just not a whole heck of a lot of room there. R.J. Condren just had him in his grasp and bear hugged him down.
Yeah, as soon as he touched the ball, there was no room at all in the middle of the field. And you're right, as soon as he touched it, he was in a bear hug before he went down.
Deckard scored 2 touchdowns last week in the win over Atherton. 1 receiving, 1 rushing. They'll send Besser wide to the left side. Elijah Keene goes wide to the right. Strnad in the shotgun on 2nd down and 8. This time to give to Caudill. Bounces to the left side. Has some running room. Got a blocker. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 10, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Picking up some positive yardage on the left side. Once again, gets hit a little bit early, able to shake off the tackle and picking up... what do you get, about
11? They're going to
play.
mark him at the 4-yard line there. Caudill with 85 yards last week for Oldham County. Only carried it twice tonight. It's about the 3.5-yard line now. Mustangs digging in here. Strnad goes under center. He's got 1 back behind him. That's Taylor. Gets the call, running right, and he's in the end zone, but there is a flag right there at the line of scrimmage. And this one could come off the board here if this is a holding call against Oldham County. And it is. Oldham County had 2 pulled off the scoreboard last week due to holding calls. And they get 1 taken off here tonight. North Oldham felt the same pain last week. North Oldham had 1 called off. North had 2 called off the board last week due to holding penalties.
That's the second holding penalty on the Colonels tonight. This one brings a touchdown off the board. The other one was a first down that came off the board and resulted in a safety eventually.
First and goal from the 13 now. Sternad goes under center. He sends Schindler to the right side. He's got another wide out to the left. Fakes one way, gives it off to Decker. Decker driving forward off right tackle inside the 10 and wrestled down at the 8 after a pickup of 5. They faked it to Taylor, cutting left into the line, then turned and handed it to Deckard. And it'll be second and goal at the 8. Colonels come back out with Deckard and Taylor standing on either side of Sternad, who's in the shotgun. Deckard to his left, Taylor to his right. Wide outs both ways, and this time they do give it to Taylor. Bounces it wide, goes up ahead. Another flag goes down, and Taylor goes down shortly afterwards. No real gain. He might have picked up a yard on forward progress, but another holding call, and Oldham County going the wrong direction.
And you get down in here to the red zone, and this is kind of what hurt them last year in the game against these 2 teams. But the Mustangs, this is what they've kind of been known for this year and last year. They give up a lot of yards, but they don't break. Gave up a touchdown here earlier tonight, actually on a fumble recovery in the end zone. So, nearly get the ball back in the red zone that time. But let's see if they can keep up that tradition and hold the defense here.
Second and 20, second and goal from the 20. Sternad rolls to his right, looks downfield. He's going to tuck it and run. Sternad at the 15 and out of bounds near the 11, and a late flag comes in. 2 late flags, and it will be interesting to see what this is.
It looked like it came in a little too late for holding, so
they're going to mark the ball at the 12, so a gain of 8 on the run. Officials talking there. It's going to go against North Oldham. It's going to be a personal foul. No, against Oldham. Well, wait a minute here. We got 2 flags. Let's see. One against Oldham County. It is the same foul there. They were talking to Oldham County, so apparently they were just explaining the call because it's going to be a penalty against the Colonels. They'll mark it off after the play because it came after the play, but that's going to keep the Colonels going back towards their own end zone. It'll move them all the way back to the North Oldham 27.
And that should be third down, correct?
Yeah, because it's after the play. Yeah, they've got it right on the scoreboard. Now they get it right. Third and goal from the 27. What kind of play do you call here? They keep doing this. They'll be out of Nurnberger's range. Handoff to Taylor. Bounces it. Can't get much there and is brought down at the 26 after a pickup of just 1. Oldham County on 4th and 1,000,000 will bring in their talented kicker for his first field goal attempt of the year.
Well, not yet they're not. There he comes.
Well, the young man transferred from Illinois. He's a German soccer kicker, and he definitely has the leg. We've seen that. We'll see how his accuracy plays out. This will be his first attempt of the year.
Now, keep in mind, Sternad is going to be your holder here, so there's always the opportunity for a fake at any time during a field goal.
They'll set the ball down at the 34, so this is a 44-yard attempt, definitely within his range, but still a very long kick. And, of course, the line has to hold here. Oldham County had trouble with kick protection last year. 8:53 to go till halftime. The kick is up, and it's not going to get there. Hits the crossbar and comes back. I always thought you should get extra points if you hit the crossbar. That's got to be pretty hard to do. But Nurnberger comes up short, hit the crossbar, bounces back, and Oldham County, after having first and goal at the 8-yard line, comes up empty. And North Oldham hangs on with the lead. They lead at 9-7.
You have to wonder if you're North Oldham, you have to wonder how many times you can keep allowing those yards and letting teams getting down into the red zone. How many times you can keep them out? I mean, they seem to do it time after time, but eventually you're going to break doing that.
And Oldham County, that time their own worst enemy.
Yeah.
3 penalties totaling 35 yards, and that absolutely derailed what looked to be a very promising drive for the Colonels. You know, it's one thing to carve up all those yards in the middle of the field,
Right.
but you get down that red zone, Scott, against a halfway decent defense, and it gets harder and harder.
Well, your lanes certainly get a lot shorter, a lot tighter, and a lot more difficult. More bodies in a small area. It's certainly harder to score once you get down in there, but that's no excuse for the penalties, though. I mean, the penalties. You mentioned 3 penalties for how many yards did you say?
35
yards. Every one of those came in the red zone. So you can't use the shorter lanes as an excuse. I mean, one of those was a touchdown.
Well, you got to give North a lot of credit there. One of the reasons why you have holding penalties is because of the defensive pressure of those linemen. They're getting upfield in a hurry. They're in the face of the offensive lineman, and your offensive linemen grab and desperate moves there trying to protect. And a lot of times, you got to give the defense the credit for creating those holds. Mustangs with the ball at their own 20-yard line. Keenan down, brings his team out there. He's got Kellogg behind him. Sends Josh Smith in motion, hands off to him running right. Smith bounces off one tackler, gets some running room down the right sideline, and he'll get it out all the way out past the 30, and it'll be a first down at the 31-yard line. Now, do we have a flag down that far side there?
No.
Is that a flag?
Yes, apparently it is.
And it's going to be holding against North Oldham, so that first down will go for naught. I couldn't tell at first whether it was the yard marker or whether it was actually a flag, but it was a flag.
It's actually it's going to be past the first down marker because it's just going to be 1st and 9 now with the penalty. So really no need in that hold.
Yeah, the hold was actually beyond the point where he had achieved first down. Again, they'll send Josh Smith in motion. The give is to the fullback. Kellogg met at the line, and Oldham County all over that one. And no gain. Maybe he got a half yard on forward progress there, but that would be about it. It's 2nd down and long for the Mustangs. Chase Tyndall, you see him in there, number 40. Had an awesome game last week for the Colonels, playing at middle linebacker. Keep in mind, he got pressed into the starting role because Zach Ball got injured and really had a spectacular game in his first start for the Oldham County Colonels. Mustangs break the huddle, looking at a 2nd down and 8. Dowd goes under center. In motion, Smith. Back to throw is down. Sidesteps a defender. Goes to his right. Fakes the pass and then goes out of bounds. As Oldham County with good pressure. Chase Tyndall just got through mentioning his name, and he's the one who ushers Dowd out of bounds, well shy of the first down marker. It'll be 3rd and long.
And that play was meant to be a pass the entire way. There was no draw to that play. Just good pressure in the backfield by the Colonels, and he has to scramble out of it, pick up as many yards as he can. Good job to get positive yardage there, but still you would like to see 3rd and shorter than this if you're North Oldham coaching staff.
Yeah, Elijah Keene with good pressure from the outside. That got Dowd on the run, and Chase Tyndall able to finish him off. Albert in motion. Dowd looking his way, and through the hands. That wasn't Albert. That was number 8, Nick Tomey, coming in motion to the near side. And just a little bit off on the timing there. Otherwise, Nick catches that on the run and probably able to turn that into a first down.
Yeah, good play call in that situation. Actually, good defense by Oldham County. I did see one lineman that almost went between his hands. He knew he couldn't get to the quarterback, so threw his hands straight up. Good touch on that ball. To get it through there, just wasn't able to come up with a catch and turn it into anything.
Yeah, I like the call. I like the call a lot because Tomey got out there in space, and that was a play that could have gotten it for them. Kellogg with a nice kick. Great hang time here. Taylor goes back, gets it at the 22, retreats behind his 20, cuts it up ahead, had a blocker, doesn't get a whole lot, though, out over the 25 to the 27 and brought down there. 7:18 to play here in the first half. Low-scoring affair right now after what we thought might be a high-scoring one. Both teams scored on their first possessions. And since then, it's been pretty quiet. North Oldham with a safety after Oldham County punter Sean Nurnberger had to down the ball in the end zone after a high snap. But the offense is unable to come up with much of anything. Oldham County now with it, 1st and 10.
Well, Mike, you wanted to see the kickers a lot tonight. I didn't know if you meant field goals or punts, though. So far, both of them with some excellent punting statistics.
Handoff, Mikey to Chris Caudill. Caudill bouncing his way out over the 30 to the 33-yard line. And a gain of about 6 that time for Caudill. North Oldham with a late substitution that time. Almost didn't get Tyler Winters on there in time. Tyler Winters, a 5'10", 255-pound senior, literally ran up to the line of scrimmage as the ball was snapped. 2nd down and a long 3 for Oldham County. Sternad in the shotgun, has only thrown 1 pass tonight, and is not going to throw this time. Hands it off to Deckard. He's got the 1st down over the 40 to the 41. And here comes the secondary for North Oldham. He's not going to get anything else. Gain of 6 and an Oldham County 1st down. Colonels with 9 first downs compared to just 2 for North Oldham. But they trail the most important stat. That's the scoreboard. North Oldham up 9-7.
Once again, a tremendous job by the offensive line for Oldham County. They're just clearing a path right up the middle of the field. Anytime you can get 6 or 7 yards at a time, you'll certainly take it.
Well, as we said, this is a line with a lot more beef than they had last year. And now whistles, and we're going to get a timeout on the field. Timeout Oldham County. They want to talk about it with 6:09 to play in the half. 9-7, North Oldham leads it. We'll take a quick break here. You're listening to Oldham County and North Oldham football on the Pegasus Sports Network. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney on behalf of RAD. If you're drinking, you can't drive my car or any car. And remember, don't drink and drive. It's just not worth it.
But you can do something in between. Baby, you can drive my car.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Pegasus Sports Network coverage of the Colonels and the Mustangs continues, brought to you by KentuckySports.co. Got John Hancock up there bringing you all the pictures. Matt McCarthy, our producer tonight. Oldham County with the ball on 1st down now from their own 41-yard line. Sternad under center. Play action. Rolls to his left. This is going to be a run all the way. Tucks the ball, dumps ahead to the 45, to midfield, into North Territory, and should be right at the 1st down marker. We'll see exactly where they spot it. I don't think we got a single yard for either team through the air tonight, do we?
I do not.
Well, he's going to be a lot more short of that than I thought.
Yeah.
They're going to mark him out at the 49-yard line, a gain of about 8. Make it 7, so 2nd down and 3.
Elbert had sniffed out the play action there. He was in the backfield trying to chase him down. Actually got cut off by his own man before he was able to get to Sternad.
Elbert's got enough speed to track down a quarterback. They'll pitch it back to Taylor. Taylor spins into the 1st down territory. He went airborne there. Good hit there by the Mustangs' Cody Elbert. He just wasn't able to drive him backwards. And it'll be a 1st down to the 44-yard line of North Oldham. Taylor having a very good first half here for Oldham County.
Well, once again for Taylor, yards after contact. Although that time the yards came in the air after he was after he was hit.
I've got him with 102 yards already here in this ball game. 1st and 10, Colonels from the shotgun. Sternad waits, has the ball, looks to throw. Throws, he's got his man. That's Schindler, and Schindler will pick up about 8 down to about the 37-yard line.
First completed pass of the game comes with 5.5 minutes to play here in the first half.
Yeah, it hasn't been an aerial display, that's for sure. But you know that's what makes some of that passing more effective when When you pound it, you run it, you pitch it.
And not a lot of opportunities. I think Stranad's only passed a couple of times, correct?
Yeah, he's 1 for 2, 8 yards now. High backfield behind Stranad now. And he hands it to his fullback, and running ahead is Addison Deckard. He'll get the first down. Crosses the 35 and down to about the 32. Again, Oldham County chewing up the yardage here.
And that's the thing. When you can get into a second and short, second 2, second and 3, that opens up your playbook on so many different things, especially with a quarterback like Stranad who can step back, he can throw the pass, he can run if he has to, or you can hand off to a fullback and just let him pick up the first down.
1st and 10 Colonels. Ball is at the 31-yard line. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, your Office Max halftime report as Stranad has the ball, rolls to his right, throws, caught by Taylor. Taylor coming out of the backfield was tied up in man coverage, and he'll get it down to about the 35-yard line, make it the 24-yard line. And a pickup of about 8 on the pass play.
And a very accurate pass that time. I mean, it's not like he was wide open over here on the right side and just throws it right past the defender. Defender actually looked like he may have gotten a finger on that ball. So good concentration to make that catch by Taylor as well.
Yeah, I like the way he caught it too, Scott. He caught it on the run, didn't slow down, kept his stride going. Colonel's in the shotgun with 4 minutes to play till halftime. 2 wide to the right, and Stranad on the quarterback keeper dives ahead, is met quickly, and I'm not sure he got it. I think, let's see, Nick Tomey in there. Also for the Mustangs, number 53, Will Steinfeld. And what do we got here?
Yeah, he's going to be just short by about a half a yard or so.
Will Steinfeld just came flying through the middle of that line, and he got, about a yard and a half, maybe 2. 3rd and a yard. Caudill wide to the left. He's got Besser and Irvin wide to the right side, and he'll try the first down again on the sneak. And a little scrum out there, but I think Oldham County may have wanted enough to get the first down inside the 20.
Yeah, he ended up picking up almost 3 yards on the quarterback sneak. I guess if that's what you want to call it. It wasn't much of a sneak. He was standing straight up when he went through. Quarterback keeper, we'll call that one.
Yeah, Oldham County had a 4th and 1 last week against Atherton, and they ran the quarterback keeper up the middle, and it was run like a sneak. Only the wave just kept going, and Stranad rode it for 31 yards against the Rebels. 1st and 10 Colonels at the 19. Back in the red zone. They came up empty last time. Stranad pitches it left side. Caudill trying to get to the corner. He's not going to get much, but he gets away from the first tackler and then knocked out of bounds. Apparently not quite out of bounds, knocked wide about the 16-yard line. Going to pick up about 2.5. I'll mark it on the 16, so give him 3. Chris Caudill with his 4th carry of the night for 24 yards on the evening. Colonels with plenty of time here, taking their time with 2:20 to play in the half.
Keep in mind, they will get the ball first in the second half as well.
Keene wide to the left. Caudill wide to the right side. Stranad under center with Deckard in the backfield. Rolls to his right. He's in trouble. Sidesteps one guy and is going to take off running. Stranad still on his feet at the 15. The 9. Not quite going to get it. He went out of bounds at about the 12. Well, the senior showing some escapability on that play.
I was just thinking, how in the world did he get out of that? I mean, not just one guy. He had 3 guys in the backfield within arm's length of him, and he just slipped between 2 of them and took off.
3rd down and 4. Colonels need to get to the 9. Ball sitting at the 13-yard line there. That was... Well, I tell you, these 2 quarterbacks are fun to watch, aren't they? They're just very good with the ball fakes. They're very good with their feet. They're a highlight reel waiting to happen. Stranad in the shotgun now. 3 wide to the left side. Rolls that way. Here comes the pressure. Throws. Complete. And at the first down marker, is he across it?
Yeah, it looked like he was based on where he caught it.
Chase Tyndall with the catch.
It will be a first down.
And it will be a first down. Tyndall, who plays linebacker sometimes for OC. coming in there and making a 4-yard catch for the first down.
That's going to bring up 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. 1:49 remaining here in the half. You'd like to run a few more seconds off the clock here if you could. Give the Mustangs as little time as possible with the ball back.
Wishbone backfield for the Colonels. They got Deckard at the fullback. They're going to give it to Taylor, trying to pick his way around the right side, and good pursuit by the Mustangs as Nick Tomey in there to lead the way. Cody Elbert was in there. Also getting in there for the Mustangs was number 35, Kevin Graham. And I think I missed somebody. Actually, also number 57, I think, was also in there, Peter and Jimmy. So good gang tackling by the Mustangs. And for the Colonels, a loss of 3. First negative yardage play for Oldham County tonight. 1:12, clock running here. Oldham County again with the wishbone. Stranad goes under center. Nobody wide out. Stranad back to throw. Here comes the pressure from the backside. Stranad doesn't see it. The ball's knocked loose, and Oldham County's going to fall on it, but a big, big loss for the Colonels as the hit in the backfield forces the fumble, and it's recovered by Jackson Baker, so Oldham County will still have a chance to come up with something on this possession, but a big, big loss. All the way out to the 25-yard line.
Mike, that play actually started off a little strange. It looked like Renaud turned around to kind of fake handoff, and there was nobody there for the fake, and it did, the defensive end didn't bite on anything and just came from behind. He was blind the whole time, never knew he was back there.
20 seconds, clock running. Stranad hands off to Taylor, trying to get room, runs it up ahead, and is brought down at the 17-yard line, and now we'll have a timeout. Oldham County, as they'll probably try the field goal from here, but a nice run by Taylor up the gut there gives them a lot better field position. Pickup of about 8 on the play. And with 12 seconds left, I'm sure what we're going to be seeing now is Sean Nurnberger to come on to try about a 34, 35-yard field goal here.
Looks like the ball is going to be just inside the left hash mark, at least where they have it marked right now.
Right-footed kicker, so alignment shouldn't be a problem for him. He missed a 44-yarder earlier this period that hit the crossbar and bounced short.
And he was on the right hash mark during that kick.
So Nurnberger will put his tee down at the 24-yard line. So a 34-yard kick, and actually, it's going to be on the far hash. Right-footed kicker. And with 12 seconds left, he can put his team up by 1 if he can boot this one through. And now we'll have a timeout, and I believe this one's going to be called by North Oldham. They'll try to ice the kicker just a little bit here. We'll take a timeout as well. Coming up here, a 34-yard field goal attempt, and we'll be back to Mustang Field right after this.
Hi, my name is Kevin, and I am a senior at Oldham County High School. The Oldham County Athletic Boosters are proud to once again sponsor high school sports on the Pegasus Sports Network. And now is a great time for you to get involved with Colonel Athletics. Contact Oldham County Athletic Director Kevin Combs at 222-9461 for more information about how you can become part of the Colonel's success through Oldham County High School Athletic Booster Club. The Oldham County Booster Club, wishing the Colonels and Lady Colonels the very best.
All right, Nurnberger out there to try the field goal here. Stranad will hold for the Colonels. 12 seconds on the clock as we come to the end of this first half of action. It turned out to be a defensive struggle here. Nurnberger, though, can put Oldham County on top by 1. There's a snap. It's a good snap. The kick is up. It's a strong kick. And it is good. And with 7 seconds left here in the half, Nurnberger pushes Oldham County on top by 1, 10-9. And, Scott, there was no question about that one.
No, absolutely not. Like you said, not an alignment problem for a right-footed kicker over there on the right side. The other one, from 44 yards, I mean, I bet he'd like to have that one back again. He had just short on that one as it hit the crossbar, so I bet he'd like to have that one back again. But I can understand why Coach is confident to put him in for the long field goals.
Well, I tell you, had he kicked the 44-yarder like he kicked that one, it'd have been an easy shot for him. because he had plenty of leg. He got a lot of air under the first one, the longer kick. Got a little bit too much under the ball. And, you got to think maybe even just a little bit of nerves. That was his first field goal attempt for Oldham County this year. But that second one there looked like it had a lot of confidence behind it. Now Oldham County leads 10-9.
First points of the second quarter. Everything else had been in the first quarter before that field goal.
Mustangs will send two deep. Jake Evans back there, along with number 30, Arian Beasley. Haven't heard much from Beasley tonight. He's a very quick running back. Had a nice game last week against Henry County. Sophomore, he's definitely one of the stars in the making here at North Oldham. Nurenberger puts foot to football. That's a low line drive, and that's going to carry out of the end zone. Wow. What do you think? About 2 yards beyond the end zone?
At least, yeah. He almost hit the Mustang down there, I think.
We got two kickers with lively legs here tonight. 7 seconds left. Interesting to see what the Mustangs will do here.
What do you think, Hail Mary, hook and ladder?
I've always been a little more adventurous in things like this. I kind of like to see that, and I think the fans to see that.
No doubt about it. But, that's a fan's play,
It's a fan's play. The coaches, last thing they want to see is a mistake on the final play that gives the other team a cheap score, especially in a tight ball game.
But in all honesty, when you've got Josh Smith on your team, you hand him the ball and hope for the best from here.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think you kneel down here. I think you see North Oldham run a play, but I don't think you see anything like a Hail Mary. Let's see. Dowd goes under center, and he'll send man in motion. That's Evans. Hands off to his fullback instead, and breaking a tackle and fighting his way ahead is Kellogg. But Kellogg will get the first down, but that will be it for the end of the first half as he picks up 11, and we come to the end of half number one. We got a good one right here on Mustang Field in Goshen, Kentucky. Oldham County 10, North Oldham 9. The Office Max halftime report is next. At Office Max, your success is our business. Whether you're looking for a printer, office furniture, software, laptops, or simple office supplies, Office Max has it all in one convenient location at prices you can afford. Check out the Office Max Impress Business Center, where no job is too small or too large. They can help you with simple laminating or business cards, or help you put together that award-winning business presentation with their digital color printing, copying, and binding services. That's Office Max. Open till 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, till 6 p.m. on Sundays. Office Max. Work with us.
Sports performance training can help even top athletes become even better. Jump higher, run faster, throw farther by training at Baptist Sports Medicine in semi-private groups that feature a custom-designed training program designed for each individual. Train with our sports performance director, a certified athletic trainer, and certified strength conditioning specialist. Individual and group package rates are available. Call 253-6689 or visit BaptistSportsMedKY.com.
A proud sponsor of the Pegasus Sports Network is Mountjoy Chilton Medley Certified Public Accountants, the largest locally based accounting firm in Kentucky and southern Indiana, offering a full range of accounting, audit, tax planning, and advisory services for businesses and individuals. Employing nearly 120 CPAs, Mountjoy Chilton Medley provides highly specialized services that can help you achieve your personal and business goals. For a complete list of services and more, on the web at mcpa.com. Mountjoy Chilton and Medley, 502-749-1900.
A wise man once said, "The secret to happiness is comfortable shoes." Well, I don't know about that, but I do know one thing. I'm a happy man when my feet are feeling good. And that's the idea behind Happy Feet, the world's most comfortable slippers. It's like walking on pillows. Owned and operated right here in Kentucky, Happy Feet has the coolest, the warmest, the most comfortable slippers around. College basketball fans will love the UK and U of L slippers. They look just like sneakers. Animal lovers will adore Animal Feet, a line of cushy slippers that look like every animal you can think of. There's even a dinosaur for the kids. Check them all out now at www.buyhappyfeet.com. That's www.buyhappyfeet.com, and give the gift of Happy Feet. Happy Feet. It's like walking on pillows.
At Taylor Orthodontics, we believe everyone deserves a smile, a healthy, beautiful smile. Dr. Trevor Taylor and his staff are committed to serving you in a fun-loving, comfortable environment, and they'll use the latest in orthodontic treatments and technology so you can get better results with fewer visits. Don't hide your smile another day. Today's braces are smaller and more comfortable than ever before. Find out how Taylor Orthodontics can help you. Call today at 241-1515 or 228-2122. Taylor Orthodontics, a proud sponsor of the Pegasus Sports Network.
I thought I was pro-choice. Then I saw government figures that say almost half of the 3,000 abortions done each day in this country are repeats. That means 2, 3, even 4 abortions for the same woman. Then I learned the Roe v. Wade court decision legalized abortion in all 9 months of pregnancy for any reason at all. Maybe being pro-choice isn't what I thought. It really got me thinking.
A message from Right to Life at KORLA.org.
And welcome back to the halftime show brought to you by Office Max. Remember, at Office Max and your local Office Max Impress Business Center, your success is our business. Along with Scott Jaggers, I'm Mike Montgomery. Glad to have you here with us tonight as our broadcast brought to you by Pegasus Sports and KentuckySports.co. For those of you who are listening live on audio tonight, don't forget, tomorrow we're going to be posting about tomorrow morning, our video will be posted. We'd love to do video live here. We're still trying to see if we can get a way to get the signal strong enough here so we can do video. But the game will be broadcast by video as an archive on the website beginning sometime tomorrow morning. So check it out. Halftime score 10-9. Oldham County up by 1. Scott, you look at the stats in the first half. It sure doesn't. The stats and the scoreboard just don't really jive right now.
No, not at all. If you just looked at the stats of this game, you would think Oldham County had dominated the first half. And, you know, the first, 5 minutes of the first half, you thought this was going to be a high-scoring affair. And then all of a sudden it turned into a defensive battle between these two teams and really kept the yardage for Oldham County. They kept coming, but then North Oldham would hold them in the red zone. And so you're right. You look at the stats, and it does not match up to this 10-9 score.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at the keys a little bit later here in this halftime show and see how the two teams compare. You got the North Oldham dance team out there in the middle of Mustang Field right now. Let's take a look at the stats, Scott. Right now, very heavily in favor of Oldham County. First downs, the Colonels with a 13-3 advantage on the field.
So I had to recount those to make sure we were correct in that. And the third, that was the first down of the second quarter for North Oldham on the final play of the drive there. You're going into halftime. And I had to look twice. I had to go back and kind of replay it in my head to make sure that was right. But 13 for Oldham County tells you just how much they are moving the ball up and down the field.
And prior to that, Scott, the only other first downs for North came on the very first possession of the ball game.
Yep.
Total yardage, Oldham County unofficially with a 198-100 advantage here at the half. And, Scott, for both teams, it's mostly been a ground game.
Yeah, and you had mentioned late in the second quarter there that you didn't believe that there had been any passing yards, and almost like the next play, they ended up with a pass. But only 2 incomplete passes for North Oldham, man. It seems like their offense, we don't have time of possession here, but it seems like their offense wasn't on the field at all there in the second quarter. So only 2 passing attempts in the game for the Mustangs, and rushing only 100 yards on the ground, and that comes after a 61-yard play on the first play of the game.
Right, so just about 140 of the yardage coming after that. 40 yards coming after that. I said 140, I meant 40. So after that, the North Oldham offense pretty well stymied. Now, Oldham County doing it mostly on the ground, 29 carries, 178 yards. Jacob Taylor doing the bulk of the damage. He had 107 yards rushing on just 11 carries in that first half. Brett Stranad keeping it fairly close to the vest early on, but did open it up a little bit later. Finishes 3 of 4 passing, just 20 yards through the air. 3 different receivers getting a catch, but did open it up just a little bit. And, Scott, what we saw was some wide open receivers at that time.
Yeah, the receivers were open, and you know, we talked about it. The running game sets up the passing game, so you have to believe that they're going to keep running the ball, and then you get in a first down, and the receivers were open. He was able to hit a couple of his receivers there, and really and truthfully look for that to open up here in the second half. Now that he's completed a couple of those passes, he's kind of got a rhythm. He's got his confidence going. That could mean either one, more passes here in the second half, or you look over the defense. If they're playing that pass now you open up the field more in the middle, which they really didn't need any help there anyway, because the middle of the field rushing-wise for Oldham County has really been open.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to the middle of that offensive line. Mikey Caudell and Keith Henry, the guards. Aaron Gelnett, the center. Those guys doing a great job for OC, controlling the middle of that North Oldham defensive line.
And you know, that may be what North Oldham needs to look at here in the second half. If they can complete a couple of passes, that may help open up the middle of the field for their rushing game as well.
Let's take a look at the keys to victory, see how the two teams have matched up here. Let's start with North Oldham. The Mustangs in the first half, we were looking for this team to, first off, the offense couldn't be one-dimensional, but that's exactly what they were in the first half, and all in all, it seemed to help Oldham County out. The Colonels doing a good job of forcing 3 and outs.
Yeah, and not to force a 3 and out at any level is a tremendous thing. When you can do it 2 or 3 times, especially against an offense as potent as North Oldham can be with that running game and not knowing which way the ball is going to be, tremendous ups to Oldham County for their defensive effort there in the first half.
Defense, we talked about the linebackers. I think North Oldham did a pretty good job in this regard, Scott. We saw Cody Elbert in particular back there putting the pressure on. We saw guys getting in off the corners on Stranad. He pulled off some amazing escapes back there, but the the linebackers were doing their job for North.
And after he completed those 2 passes, he was a lot more rushed in the backfield. They decided to send somebody after him, and they put him a couple of times in the backfield. Elbert or a couple of other linebackers, defensive end, were getting into the backfield. A huge sack there late in the second quarter to force a field goal.
We talked about being in position to win heading into the fourth. I mean, that's something that remains to be seen as to whether they'll do that or not. But we did also talk about limiting penalties, limiting mistakes. And by and large, that wasn't North Oldham's problem in the first half.
No, not at all. In fact, I don't remember a single penalty. I don't have any written down from North Oldham the entire first half. They were all against Oldham County in their own red zone down there. So that's certainly not the problem for North Oldham. It's just been a stagnant offense to this point.
Oldham County, the keys to victory for the Colonels, and as we look at those, OC. Offense, we talked about avoiding turnovers. They did, but they very nearly had one in the worst possible place.
Well, and really 2, because the sack down here at the end of the second quarter could have very easily taken this field goal off. But way back in the first quarter, it seems like forever ago now, they lose a fumble, which they just happen to recover in the end zone for the touchdown. That could have been huge as well. But then it seems like every time they get down into the red zone, the ball gets butter on it, and it just lays on the ground.
It's two fumbles that they lost. 2 fumbles that they had, but neither one were lost, as you say.
And I did have 1 turnover marked down. I see you didn't mark any down, but I count that the safety as a turnover. Because when they kick the kind of the fumbled snap back in the end zone.
Yeah, it wasn't actually recovered, though, so I didn't mark it as a turnover. That's a good thing to check. I'm going to have to check that. I guarantee you what Matt Brown considers it. Offensive line, we talked about winning the battle of the trenches, and I think for the first half, you got to give the Oldham County O-line the passing grade in this regard.
Oh, A+ from me. I mean, I mentioned at one time, Taylor, picking his lanes is pretty easy up there when you got 3 or 4 to pick from. I mean, it's like a freeway up there for him. The offensive lineman just opening up huge gaps for him.
Defensively, we talked about over pursuit. The Colonels made that mistake once. North Oldham really burned them on it, too.
Yeah, first drive of the game, I thought both plays they really over pursued, and North Oldham maybe able to score on that drive. But they learned quickly, and it's a good thing. And so far, over pursuit has not been a problem since that first drive.
We talked about field position game. We thought this would be key for Oldham because they had a kicker who we felt was a proven winner as far as a long field goal. So if they won the field position game, we figured Oldham would be in scoring position much of the night. Well, with both of these teams having such great kickers, they've pretty well neutralized each other.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's been pretty even on both sides of the field, and neither of them have really gotten terrible field position. Neither of them had gotten great. They're starting out around the 20, 25, 30-yard line every time.
All right, that's your look at the halftime stats. The scoring in the first half went like this. North Oldham on the board first, 9:15 to play in the first period. First drive of the game, Jake Evans, 7-yard run. Caleb Kellogg with the extra point to give the Mustangs a 7-0 lead. Oldham County responded with a score on their first drive. They got it in a little bit of a lucky way, though. 7:16 to play in the period, and Collins coming up with the fumble recovery in the end zone. And Sean Nurnberger's kick tied it at 7. After that, the Mustangs back up on top when they tackled Nurnberger in the end zone on a punt, and that gave North Oldham a 9-7 lead. And that lasted until the final 7 seconds of the first half. Oldham County had missed a 45-yard field goal with 8:45 to play that would have gained the lead. They missed that one, but they got the one with 7 seconds left. Nurnberger a 34-yard kick that had plenty of room to spare. And at the break, Oldham County up by 1. Colonels 10, Mustangs 9. This has been your look at the halftime stats, brought to you by Office Max and your local Office Max and Press Business Center. And we'll be back to Mustang Field right after this. At Office Max, your success is our business. Whether you're looking for a printer, office furniture, software, laptops, or simple office supplies, Office Max has it all in one convenient location at prices you can afford. Check out the Office Max and Press Business Center, where no job is too small or too large. They can help you with simple laminating or business cards, or help you put together that award-winning business presentation with their digital color printing, copying, and binding services. That's Office Max. Open till 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, till 6 p.m. on Sundays. Office Max. Work with us. A wise man once said, "The secret to happiness is comfortable shoes." Well, I don't know about that, but I do know one thing. I'm a happy man when my feet are feeling good. And that's the idea behind Happy Feet, the world's most comfortable slippers. It's like walking on pillows. Owned and operated right here in Kentucky, Happy Feet has the coolest, the warmest, the most comfortable slippers around. College basketball fans will love the UK and U of L slippers. They look just like sneakers. Animal lovers will adore Animal Feet, a line of cushy slippers that look like every animal you can think of. There's even a dinosaur for the kids. Check them all out now at www.buyhappyfeet.com. That's www.buyhappyfeet.com, and give the gift of Happy Feet. Happy Feet. It's like walking on pillows.
No one wants to spend the season on the sidelines. Whether you're a high school athlete or a weekend warrior, there's always potential for injury. That's why the sports therapy experts at Baptist Hospital Northeast and Baptist Sports Medicine are standing by to help with injury prevention and treatment. We are also the proud provider of complimentary sports medicine services for all Oldham County high schools. For more information, call 222-3303 or visit BaptistNortheast.com.
With great hopes, S&A Insurance set out in 1999 with one simple goal: to provide personalized insurance protection and superior claim service to the families and businesses of Oldham and the surrounding counties. And as the county expanded, S&A Insurance helped homeowners and local businesses build futures on solid foundations. S&A Insurance in Crestwood, consistent, strong, and stable, and always part of the family.
Accidents happen both on the field and on the roads. Oldham Collision Center is your local choice for professional auto body repair. Close to you in Crestwood on Old Highway 329 next to the Boating Center. Oldham Collision Center combines the best facilities, the best product, and the best service to get your car back on the road where it belongs. If you're in an accident, call Nick first at 241-1124. That's 241-1124. He and the great folks at Oldham Collision Center would like to say good luck to each of the Oldham County teams this fall.
A proud sponsor of the Pegasus Sports Network is Mountjoy Chilton Medley Certified Public Accountants, the largest locally based accounting firm in Kentucky and southern Indiana, offering a full range of accounting, audit, tax planning, and advisory services for businesses and individuals. Employing nearly 120 CPAs, Mountjoy Chilton Medley provides highly specialized services that can help you achieve your personal and business goals. For a complete list of services and more, on the web at mcpa.com. Mountjoy Chilton and Medley, 502-749-1900.
Everybody loves high school sports. Want to get back in the game? Want to be part of the action? Want to be the go-to person, the voice of authority?
I'd love to, but I graduated in 1996.
Hey, you're never too old to be a high school sports official. Officiating is a great way to get in the game, stay in excellent physical condition, and make a few extra bucks. And it's a whole lot of fun, too.
Did somebody say make a few extra bucks?
To learn more about becoming a high school official in your community, call the Kentucky High School Athletic Association at 859-299-5472. That's 859-299-5472. Or learn more online at khsaa.org. Think of it as your first official call. You'll be glad you made it. This message brought to you by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the generosity of this station.
Pegasus Sports Network at KentuckySports.co bring you Mustang and Oldham County Colonel football, and we are at the half here in Goshen. 10-9, Oldham County with the lead. You know, Scott, this is the 10th year of North Oldham football. Did you know that?
I did not.
It seems like it's been a lot longer, really, but the Mustangs have only been around, the school's only been around since 2003, and this is the 10th year. Billy Martin, in his 7th season at the school, is 41-30. But if you take off that first year when he went 0-10, and there really wasn't much with the program then. Not a lot of coaches, not a lot of players, not a lot of facilities. They didn't have this beautiful football stadium that they have here. They had about 30 kids on the team and about 3 coaches. Now you look, and before every game, there's about 10 coaches out there. They got about 70 kids in the program, a beautiful stadium. It's come a long way. But you take that 0-10 record out that first year, and he's 41-20 since.
Well, you can't complain about that. Not at all. I mean, when you're starting a program, you expect the first couple of years actually to be tough until you get some guys in and playing for you for a couple of years. But I mean, to turn that around from 0-10 to 8-4 the second year, that just tells you what kind of coach Coach Martin really is.
Well, the last 5 years, North has had only one losing season. That was 2009. They went 5-6, but they've been district champs back in 2008. District champs again in 2010. I didn't write that down on my note here, but they did. District runner-ups last year when they won 9 games. So, 41-20 the last 5 seasons. That's a pretty impressive mark. Oldham County, of course, has been doing pretty good under Matt Brown, who's in his 5th season at the school. His first 2 teams were district champs, and had a region runner-up squad as well along the way. The Colonels, on the other hand, trying to bounce back. Last year, a tough year for Oldham County. Only 2 wins last year, so they're trying to bounce back and hoping to make it 2 wins for this season here tonight.
And you can certainly tell just in the first half here what a much better football team they are compared to last year.
Kellogg to kick things off here for the Mustangs to get the second half going. He'll kick from right to left. Oldham County. It'll be Taylor taking it at about the 8-yard line. Runs it straight ahead. Bounces off a tackler. Breaks into the clear briefly and goes about another 8 or 9, 10 yards out over the 25 to the 26. And I'm not really sure the black-clad jersey that he bounced off of, but he hit it so hard he kept his momentum up for almost another 10 yards.
Yeah, and that just goes back. He never goes down on the first hit, it seems. Every time he's got the ball, they hit him. He's getting an extra few yards out of it. Almost, it's almost like he spins every time he gets hit to get that momentum, keep it moving.
And he got out to the 36. Handoff this time to Caudell. Caudell into the line, and North Oldham, tremendous pursuit. Pick a name, pick a number. Everybody in there. R.J. Condren in there. Tanner Williams in there. Everybody in there. Now, was that Caudell or was that Taylor?
That was Taylor.
That was Taylor, wasn't it? Yeah. Saw the last guy getting up was number 11. Loss of a yard on the play. And Taylor goes to the sidelines for Oldham County now.
And you and I were talking during the break. It's going to be interesting to see how the Mustangs respond coming out. With Oldham County having the ball first, they actually have a chance here to get some breathing room before North Oldham gets it back.
Dalton Chingman in at running back, and he's the lead blocker. Stranad breaks away from a tackle and is finally brought down as he gets over the 40-yard line. North Oldham getting in there finally to get the tackle was Grant Phillips. But Stranad with a pickup of about 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Stranad has 45 yards on 9 carries. Not too bad when your quarterback can give you that kind of rushing production. And now the officials are going to stop play, and I think we're going to get a North Oldham timeout. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there, but Irv Hoffman, the defensive coordinator, not happy with something he saw there, and very animated over on the sideline talking to his troops right now as Matt Brown comes out to talk to his offense.
And this could potentially be a big 3rd down here for both of these teams. If Oldham County can keep their confidence and keep the momentum going and pick up a 1st down here, that would be huge, especially if they can continue to drive and get down and get into the end zone. For North Oldham, you just let them score right before the half. So if you can come out first thing in the second half and get a 3 and out, or not a 3 and out, but well, yes, it would be. It goes a long ways for your confidence.
Well, I tell you, we have not had a touchdown since the 2 opening possessions for these 2 teams. Oldham County sends Besser wide to the left side. Keene, and I believe that's for Oldham County Irvin, number 81, also wide to the near side. One back in the backfield, that's Chingman. Chingman, a really good blocker, and he's in to block right now. Stranad throws. Besser, left side, has the 1st down and is really hit hard right as he reaches the 1st down marker. It should move the chains, but Nick Tomey hit him hard. It'll be a gain of 6 for OC. The Colonels staying with that short passing game.
Yeah, that was a nice screen pass over to the left side. Just get it out to your receiver as quick as you can and give him some open space. And a couple of good blocks out there gives him just enough for the 1st down.
Besser's first catch of the season goes for an Oldham County 1st down. And the handoff into the line. Colonels attacking the line, trying to attack the middle of that line. They've had a lot of success there, and this time it was Chris Caudill on the carry, and he takes it up ahead for a good 1st down gain of 6. Into North Oldham territory now at the 47-yard line. Oh, it's been a battle royale in those trenches in there, and for the most part, Oldham County has won that battle tonight. Fake one way. Stranad's going to keep it. Bounces off one tackle, but is not going to get a whole heck of a lot. Might have leaned forward to the 45 and then driven back. They will spot his forward progress right about the 45-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and a long 2.
Yeah, we mentioned the crowd that this game brought way back in the 1st quarter. I'm looking around now. It looks like maybe some latecomers to the games. I mean, they're lined up around the fence.
Oh, yeah, look at this, man. There's a solid crowd here tonight. This is a very nice crowd for this ball game. 3rd down and 2 now for Oldham County. Backfield. Give us the last man through. That's Taylor fighting. He's not going to make it. North Oldham with lots of black jerseys at the point of attack, and he will be about a half a yard shy.
It'll be interesting to see what the play call is going to be here.
Well, it's also going to be interesting to see where they actually spot the ball, and it looks like they're going to mark him right at a yard shy. They're going to mark it right at the 44, so it's a full yard that they're short on this play.
Now this is that quarterback sneak. He got about 2 yards on it earlier, and that's what he's going to need, every bit of it here, to catch 1st down.
Well, this is not an Atherton team, which did not have the size that North has. It'll be a lot harder. Long count. Stranad's going to call timeout. That apparently they weren't going to go for it. They were going to try to draw North off sides. It doesn't work, and now both teams have used a timeout early here in the second half.
Probably not a bad play call there.
Well, it's an emotional game. It's a rivalry game. Everybody's already a little bit jumpy to begin with, even though the game's a half old. Everybody's got the nerves on edge a little bit. Well, you talk about Stranad. Oldham County not shy about running this young man. I mean, he's your quarterback, and you talk a lot about the head of the team, and he's already carried the ball 10 times tonight.
Well, you want the ball in your playmaker's hands, and he's obviously one of the playmakers on this team. And so, just because he's the quarterback doesn't mean he can't run the ball some. And, probably about 7 of those were planned runs. The other 3 maybe scrambles.
Well, they stay with the offense here. So apparently that was not just to draw them off sides. They just didn't like the defensive lineup. And now Stranad in the shotgun. Drops back, rolls to his right. Straight arms one guy, but he's not going to be able to get the first down. And I really couldn't catch the number yet of the guy who he straight armed, but that was the guy who brought him down. And I believe that was Michael Cho, who brought him down.
Well, I believe it. 35, Kevin Graham was also over there. I didn't see if he was the first or second guy in, though.
It may not have been Michael Cho. Actually, I think the player is just getting Will Steinfeld. That was who it was. And he's slow getting up, but he does come off with assistance now. Steinfeld got a pretty good straight arm from Stranad, but he wasn't going to let go and makes the tackle, and that stops Oldham County on downs. North takes over in great field position at their own 44. Smith in motion. They'll pitch to him going right. Cuts it upfield. Has room at the 50 to the 49. Dives up ahead to the Oldham County 46. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down marker. Nice play there by North Oldham on first down.
Well, if you're a Mustang fan, it seems like forever since your offense has been on the field. And so a good first down play coming out. They were having some problems running the ball in the first half. So if this is any indicator, it may look good for the Mustangs here.
Second down and 1. They got a man in motion to the near side. They'll pitch to the near side to Jake Evans, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Good penetration there for Oldham County as Corey Bryant came up from his linebacker spot to stop the play for a loss of about a half a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Same play call as they ran on first down, except going left rather than right. And a good job by the Colonels. They sniffed that out quickly and got to him in the backfield.
Colonels staying with their base 4-3 set. Right now, Chris Caudill, who they refer to as a strong safety, coming up a little closer to the line. And they hand off to the fullback. He's wrapped up deep in the backfield. Ball looked like it might have come loose for a minute, but I think North Oldham has it. It will definitely be a loss on the play, and North Oldham's going to be looking at 4th down. 4th down and where are they going to put the ball? That's the question here. You're going to put it right back where they started, so it's going to be 4th and 2, maybe 4th and 2.5. They may mark him back about a half a yard. So North Oldham, after getting almost 9 yards on first down, facing 3rd and a little over 2, bringing out the punt team.
Now, this is where your field position may come into play, especially with Kellogg back kicking. He's got that high kick. If he can land this thing within inside the 10-yard line, this could be huge for the Mustangs.
Kellogg indicating he needs another player, and they'll rush Jake Evans down there. Oldham County with Chris Caudill, the only deep guy, standing inside his 10 at about his 9. Kellogg gets away the kick, end-over-end kick. It'll take an Oldham County bounce, and it'll go and be stopped at about the 18-yard line. North Oldham will down it just inside the 20.
Kind of the soccer kick that you talked about going off to the right. He was trying to angle that thing out of bounds down into the coffin corner, but unable to do so. Actually, Oldham County a little bit lucky. I thought that thing was going to hit one of their players in the back as they were running back there to block.
I tell you, and I'll double check this on the stats, but I want to say that every one of Kellogg's kicks last week were downed or went out of bounds inside the 20. Stranad hands off to his tailback. That's Caudill. Sidesteps a defender, then is hit by the second man and is driven to the turf. And we'll see. He'll be lucky if he gets to the line of scrimmage. North Oldham saying they've got the ball, but the officials don't appear to be agreeing. In there to make the stop for the Mustangs was number 64, Cameron Schoenbachler. but I'm not positive on that. It'll be 2nd down and 10. They'll mark Caudell down at the line of scrimmage. Strnad in the shotgun. He's got Chingman standing to his right. Retreats, has time. Throwing deep down the left side. He's got a man-to-man coverage, but it's picked off, and it's incomplete, but we got a flag, and this may be defensive pass interference.
Yeah, it looked like the flag came after the defender touched the ball. And if that's the case, it should be no flag on the play.
It's going to be defensive pass interference against the Mustangs here. And that was very nearly a pick going the other way. But a big-time penalty against the Mustangs. They've been pretty much penalty-free tonight. But that one's going to be a big one. It'll give Oldham County a first down via the penalty. So the Colonels get a freebie here. And they'll get the ball out over their own 30. They'll put it to 33. Strnad quickly to the line in the shotgun. Looks, tucks it under, quarterback draw. Runs it up ahead, out to the 39-yard line. And a gain of about 6. That was run all the way.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. He took a 3-step drop, looked downfield, and took off after tucking. And a couple of the defensive linemen weren't expecting that. They were still playing the pass. Take a half a step to your right, and that hole is not there.
2nd down and 3. Schindler wide to the left side. Keene goes wide to the right for Oldham County. Backs on either side of Strnad in the shotgun. He hands it off. Taylor cuts it up ahead, leans, and I think he got the first down with that lean. Cody Elbert, Nick Tomey in there. Will Steinfeld in to make the stop, but a little too late to prevent the first down as Taylor will move the chains.
And Taylor, he makes a cutback every time he touches the ball. Every time he's in the middle, he always cuts back to the open lane. He's not really a north and south runner, and typically you don't like that. You don't like your guys to do too much cutting in the middle of the field, but when you've got holes that big, it makes it a lot easier.
Well, we've seen these two teams for a lot of years, and of course we watched Taylor last year. He's certainly running with a lot more confidence this year. Strnad throws, and ball might have been tipped and nearly intercepted over there. North Oldham's Jake Collins coming in there made a pretty good play on that ball. It'll fall incomplete, 2nd down. Strnad through the air tonight, 4 out of 6 passing, only 26 yards. But he's been relatively efficient with it. Clock is stopped with 4:17 to go here in the third period. Oldham County still with that 10-9 lead. Boy, Scott, and the way this game started, I sure didn't think we'd be sitting here looking at a 10-9 score this late in the third. It's been a battle of attrition since those first 2 drives. Strnad back to throw. Looks, he's in trouble. Straight arms the defender. Has time, throws it up ahead, and incomplete. Managed to buy some time with his feet and had a chance. Got it upfield to Chase Tyndall, but Tyndall unable to come up with the low throw there at the 50.
Now Cody Elbert in the backfield. He was actually double-teamed off the line of scrimmage, able to fight off the double team, and Strnad actually ran to the right, almost right into him, and he pressured him into a quick throw off on the right sideline.
Cody Elbert, a really good combination of size and speed. He's 6'3". He's got that long arm reach. So when he rushes you, he can cover up a lot of airspace. He's got good speed, good upper body strength. He's just a tough linebacker to play against. Back to throw, Strnad setting up the screen, has it to Taylor. Taylor over the 50 into North Territory, but is wrapped up and brought down about 3 yards shy of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of about 8. They're going to mark it about the 6.
It's actually a flag on the play as well.
It's a block, chop block against Oldham County.
And it was right around where the runner went down.
So this play never happened. We'll back things up to the Oldham County 36-yard line.
Now, was that third down before or was that second down?
That was...
Because I'm thinking if you're North Oldham, do you not decline the penalty and bring up 4th and 5?
Yeah, I thought that was third down, so they're going to replay third down here. I'm not sure I wouldn't have just brought up the 4th down. But it's going to be third and a bunch for Oldham County now. Stranad back to throw. Looking downfield. Has his man, but it's going to be well short. He's got it out there to Irvin. And Irvin gets it out to the 44-yard line. Gain of about 8. Well shy of the first down. So on 4th down and about 11, maybe 12, Oldham County's going to punt this one away. Nurnberger on for the punt. North Oldham will drop 2 deep. I believe that's Tomey and Evans. That's going to go out of bounds. Got it off the side of his foot. Not a good kick for Nurnberger. And North will get it at about their 34-yard line.
Yeah, he dropped his head as soon as he kicked that one. As soon as it was off his foot, you knew that was off the side. Actually, the Mustangs, the 2 guys that they dropped, were still retreating when he kicked it. They were headed back to about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, only about a 22-yard punt there. Not one of Nurnberger's best there. So North Oldham with 2:57 to play here in the third gets the ball 1st and 10, just outside their 30-yard line. Smith in motion. They'll give it to him, running left. Cuts it up ahead. He's got some running room to the outside. It's a first down at the 50. Inside Oldham County territory and spun down out of bounds at the 46-yard line. 20 yards on the carry, and it'll be a North Oldham first down.
That's his longest game since way back in the first quarter. First play from scrimmage on a 61-yarder.
Only the 4th first down of the game for North Oldham. But, if you're North Oldham right now, what you're saying is, yeah, you've got 16 first downs, and we've only got 4, but we're only down by 1. And the Mustangs on a drive in Oldham County territory now. Dowd under center. Hands off to his back, running to the near side. I believe that may be Quentin Shea. I'm trying to see his number here as he gets up. That was Nick Tomey on the carry, and he's got about 9 up the gut there as he cuts it back inside. It'll be 2nd down and 1. North Oldham firing off the line very well now. That big O-line starting to show what they've done the last couple of years so well. Dowd under center. Gives it right ahead, diving forward for the first down and a bunch more. And I believe was Tomey again. It was, and Tomey all the way down to the Oldham County 30. It'll be another Mustang first down. 1st and 10.
Well, Mike, you and I talked about coming up about the 4th quarter. That's when your large offensive line seemed to take over. Everybody getting a little bit tired on that defensive line, and that's exactly what the Mustangs are showing here.
Dowd goes under center here. He's got Josh Smith in motion, gets the call, dives straight ahead, and is met immediately. Chase Tyndall coming in there to make the tackle. Picks up a couple down to the 27, 28-yard line. I've been very impressed with Tyndall these first 2 weeks for Oldham County. Had a spectacular game last week. When you're a sub, you're just waiting for that call, and when you get it, that's your chance to shine, and shine he did against the Rebels, and he's got a good game going tonight. 2nd down. Handoff, Tomey running to the near side. Straight arms a defender, tripped up and brought down as he gets inside. Well, he's not going to get as much as it looked at first. It looked like he was going to get quite a few. He's going to pick up about
gain of about 5.
4 or 5. Okay, 3rd down and 2. And the ball is resting at about the 22-yard line. Need to get to right about the 20. Big play for the Oldham County defense here now, which is a little bit on its heels.
Mustangs were already headed to the line of scrimmage, and then a new play call comes in, so they come back and huddle up again.
They got Josh Smith on the left wing. Tomey on the right wing. Smith in motion to the right. They'll pitch to him. Oldham County, good pursuit this time, and they'll bring him down. he might have made the line of scrimmage, if that much. And that time for Oldham County coming in there to make the stop, Luke Collins. And he just broke past the blocker. And it'll be 4th down and 4, or make it 3 as they set the ball down at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, I typically don't like on short yardage plays like that a pitch. But, you know, they take too long to develop. It gives the defense a chance to step over. And, you know, anytime you've only got 2 yards to go, you pitch the ball back, then all of a sudden you've got 4 yards to go.
That's the end of the third period. With the score, Oldham County 10, North Oldham 9. We've got 1 quarter to play here in Goshen, and we'll be back right after this on the Pegasus Sports Network.
A wise man once said, "The secret to happiness is comfortable shoes." Well, I don't know about that, but I do know one thing. I'm a happy man when my feet are feeling good. And that's the idea behind Happy Feet, the world's most comfortable slippers. It's like walking on pillows. Owned and operated right here in Kentucky, Happy Feet has the coolest, the warmest, the most comfortable slippers around. College basketball fans will love the UK and U of L slippers. They look just like sneakers. Animal lovers will adore Animal Feet, a line of cushy slippers that look like every animal you can think of. There's even a dinosaur for the kids. Check them all out now at www.buyhappyfeet.com. That's www.buyhappyfeet.com, and give the gift of Happy Feet. Happy Feet. It's like walking on pillows.
Well, there's your score, 10-9. Oldham County over North Oldham. Scott, I'm struck by all the similarities to last year's game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Oldham County not capitalizing on a couple of plays where we thought they could have. Anxious to see what North Oldham calls here.
4th down for the Mustangs. They need 3. Tomey in motion. They'll give it to Tomey. Tomey hit, slides away. He's into the clear. Tomey, touchdown North Oldham. 23 yards on a 4th and 3 play, and North Oldham moves ahead 15-10. First play of the 4th period, and with 11:54 to play, Nick Tomey from 23 yards out puts the Mustangs back out on top.
And not necessarily who you thought might get the ball in that situation. That's the thing about the Mustangs. You can go so many places. I'm sure everybody was looking for Josh Smith to get that ball.
They're going to go for 1, and Kellogg boots it through. 11:54 now left in the ball game. 16-10, Mustangs by 6. We'll be back after this.
Hey y'all, I'm Kix Brooks.
I'm Ronnie Dunn.
And we're Brooks.
And Dunn for rad. And I've got a 4-letter word for you. Don't. As in don't drive drunk.
And I got a 3-letter word for you, as in get the keys.
When you see someone who's about to drive under the influence,
get the keys.
Because friends don't let friends drive drunk.
I'm building bridges.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
North Oldham last year scored 2 touchdowns in the 4th period to come from behind and win, and they start off the 4th quarter of tonight's game in style with a big run by Nick Tomey.
And Mike, they go for 1 after that one. Ritten probably could have went for 2. It wouldn't have hurt anything at this point to try to get up 7. But, you know, it's probably a little early to think about going for 2.
So Kellogg will kick here. Back deep for Oldham County. Let's see. Looks like Chris Caudill and Jacob Taylor. It'll go towards Caudill at the 3. Caudill takes it down the right side. Now cuts it towards the middle, and he's out over the 20 and wrestled down there. They will actually mark him down.
I think about the 24.
24?
Yeah.
I'm going to put it right on the line, right at the 25-yard line. So OC starts there, trailing by 6. Colonels have moved the ball pretty much all night, but only 10 points to show for it. Stranad comes out and puts his team in the I formation. Chingman is the fullback, Taylor the tailback. And Stranad, play action, rolling to his left, looking downfield, throws. Chingman can't come up with it. Tipped and almost caught by Irvin, but it falls to the turf, incomplete, and that was probably a play that Oldham should have come up with a catch.
Yeah, Chingman, that would have been a tremendous catch if it was behind him by about 2 yards. He stuck his left hand out there to get a hand on it. It would have been a tremendous catch if he catches it, but, sometimes you have to catch those to help your quarterback out a little bit. He was being rushed a little bit back in the backfield.
2nd down 10 for the Colonels. Stranad on the night, now 5 of 9 passing. Goes under center. He's got wideouts both ways. Taylor is the tailback. He's got the ball, runs it up ahead, has good yardage, and finally wrestled to the turf just about 2 yards shy of that first down marker. Gain of 8.
Yeah, I was just thinking with Oldham County, with North Oldham taking that lead, you hope Oldham County doesn't fall in love with the pass, trying to do too much, at one time. They throw one pass on first down and then come right back to the run. That's where their heart and soul has been in this game and where their moneymaker has been. So they come back to the run, and now you're in 3rd and short.
Now Taylor, 11 carries, as Stranad first down, I think, on the quarterback sneak as he picks up about 2. Taylor had 11 carries in the first half for 107 yards, has only carried the ball 4 times here in the second half.
And once again, though, I mean, when you really go back and think about it, Oldham County hasn't had the time of possession here in the second half that they did back in the first half. It was kind of right the opposite. North didn't have the time of possession back in the second quarter, so it's kind of flip-flop there in the third quarter.
Well, as a wise coach once said, once I'm doing something well, I'm going to keep doing it till you show me you can stop me. High backfield for the Colonels. Stranad goes under center. Back to throw. Sets up the screen. Throws it. Caught by Taylor. Taylor has a little room. Flags fly, so it's going to come back. And now a flag in the defensive backfield. Probably both of these are going to be holds. Taylor wrapped up and dropped for a gain of only about 3, but we've got flags everywhere.
The one back about the line of scrimmage, that's going to be a block in the back. The lineman just couldn't get off. And when the defensive lineman turned around.
Call against the Colonels is holding. It is going to be declined, however. They got 2 calls against the Colonels for holding. But they
got an injury timeout on the
field. Yeah. We got a North Oldham player down. See if we can figure out who that is. That is Will Steinfeld, who's down about the 41-yard line for the Mustangs. We'll take a quick timeout here. 10:43 to play. North leads it 16-10 when we return.
Training facility in Crestwood. 10th Inning Training Center is now open, offering individual hitting, pitching, and catching lessons. Their instructors know what it takes to get your game to the next level. 10th Inning Training Center also offers facility rentals for team practices. Located on Old Highway 329 in Crestwood, 10th Inning Training Center is the place to go during the fall and winter months. Call Nick today, 645-3586. 10th Inning Training Center, 645-3586. At Taylor Orthodontics, we believe everyone deserves a smile, a healthy, beautiful smile. Dr. Trevor Taylor and his staff are committed to serving you in a fun-loving, comfortable environment, and they'll use the latest in orthodontic treatments and technology so you can get better results with fewer visits. Don't hide your smile another day. Today's braces are smaller and more comfortable than ever before. Find out how Taylor Orthodontics can help you. Call today at 241-1515 or 228-2122. Taylor Orthodontics, a proud sponsor of the Pegasus Sports Network.
Oldham County was whistled for 9 penalties last year. Over 100 yards of penalties in that loss to North Oldham, and now a big one here. It'll be first down and long. Stranad, a little shovel pass up ahead to Taylor, and Taylor is wrapped up quickly by a swarm of black jerseys as he gets it up to about the 25-yard line. Maybe a pickup of about a yard at the most.
And Mike, good news for the Mustangs. Steinfeld did get up and walk off under his own power. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him. I didn't see exactly what they were working on.
Second down and a bunch. Oldham County at their own, let's make it a 26-yard line. They got to get all the way to about the 46, so 2nd and 20. Stranad has the ball, back to throw, looks right side, and tipped but incomplete. Going high for it was Elijah Keene out at about the 37-yard line, and he would have given them a makeable third down position had he been able to catch that. It would have been about a 3rd and 8.
And that was probably the most catchable ball that we've seen dropped here tonight.
Oldham County has not completed a pass over 8 yards. They really haven't looked too far downfield. That would have been their longest pass completion of the night. Now Stranad on 3rd and a bunch. With 9:58 to play, and Oldham pretty much has to look to try to get a first down here. Stranad breaks the pocket, takes off running, and gets it up ahead. He's got the first down out over the 45, and he'll go out of bounds at the 49-yard line as he picks up 23, and Oldham County moves the chains.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's not what they called on that play. But good job by Stranad. Actually, we're going to get a holding penalty. I thought I saw one up here near the first down line. And I think that's where the flag was thrown. We couldn't see it for the Mustang players, but that's going to come back.
Well, I'll see where the hold actually was. Boy, Oldham County has got a collection of holding calls here tonight. This one is going to move them back to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, so the hold was right around the 42-yard line, just short of the first down marker. There was a wide receiver that had turned around, saw his quarterback running towards him, and really it was a block in the back, hold, same thing. But that's what happened. As the corner went to try to tackle Stranad, he was pushed in the back.
3rd down and 14, so North Oldham pretty much has to take the penalty there. Obviously, they didn't want to keep the play. It's 3rd down, but Oldham County does pick up some yardage out of it. Stranad with 9.5 to play in the game. Back to throw, pumps, looks, fires again. He's got his man if he can catch it, and a big hit and a big break up there by North Oldham, and that was Michael Cho coming up to break up what appeared to be a certain catch by Jacob Taylor, and Taylor comes off a little gimpy.
Yeah, it looked like they probably bumped knees up in midair. Cho obviously going for the ball there, so no pass interference. In fact, it hit him in the chest before Taylor had a chance to try to catch it, but it looks like he just came down wrong. He's kind of stretching that leg, calf muscle, knee area out.
Michael Cho, 6'2", the leading returning interceptor for the Mustangs last year. Had a couple of picks for the last year's 9-3 team, and he looked like he might come up with one there. Nuremberg gets away a nice kick for the Colonels here. Drives Tomey back, fields it at about the 22. Runs it up ahead and out over the 30 to the 33. That's where he'll be brought down. Irvin in there for Oldham County, along with several other blue or white jerseys. Jacob Gary in there, number 32, among the guys coming up after the stop. I also believe it was Jonathan Stocking in there. 1st and 10, North Oldham. Clock down to 9:10. Oldham County, if you're a Colonel right now, what you just want to do is try to force a 3 and out. If you're in North Oldham, you want to do what you do so well, and that's just grind things out here with a long extended drive. Dowd under center. Pitches to his left side. Josh Smith is wrapped up behind the line quickly and brought down. Chase Tyndall in there for Oldham County. One of the guys leading the way, along with number 54 for the Colonels. That's Corey Bryant. They'll give Smith about they're going to move the down marker about a foot.
Yeah.
So, for all intents and purposes, still 2nd down and 10. Boy, he's a load, though. Once he gets the ball in space moving, he is a load to bring down.
Yeah, if he can make that initial cut and get north and south, he's tough to bring down.
Fake one way, they'll give it going the other way. Nick Tomey wrapped up in the backfield. Chase Tyndall again in there. And this time with a little bit of assistance from Luke Collins, but Chase Tyndall with back-to-back plays. And North Oldham now looking at 3rd down and 13. Make it about 3rd and 12 as they get it positioned there. The ball's going to be about the 32-yard line. He's got to get it out to the 44. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Well, with the time left on the clock and being the score what it is, Oldham County knew that North Oldham wanted to take some time off the clock, and give them credit for reading those 2 runs, getting into the backfield before the Mustangs can make anything happen.
Well, let's see what happens now. Dowd back to throw, tries screening it, incomplete. Tried to screen it out to number 16 out there. Caleb Kellogg is fullback, and the pass ball's incomplete. Of course, that stops the clock, and now Oldham County trying to get fired up here now with 7:59 to play. Possessions are going to be few and far between for the Colonels now. They trail by 6.
Only the 3rd pass attempt for Dowd here tonight. He's 0 for 3 so far, and we talked about you don't want to get in a position where he has to throw the ball for your team to win.
North Oldham trying to steal one away despite Oldham County winning a lot of the statistical battle tonight. Right now, North not only in the lead, but with the momentum. Jacob Taylor spins away from a defender. He's got a little room to run and gets it out over the 40 to the 42-yard line. If he breaks that tackle, Scott, he could go for a long way.
Well, Mike, I stopped watching him because I was watching big Jackson Baker, a 6'4", 265-pound senior, at the 35-yard line lay a massive block on somebody from the Mustangs to spring him for about another 10 yards.
Oldham County players trying to get their crowd fired up here. 7:43 to play. Still plenty of time for the Colonels, but North Oldham looking to own this 4th period. We said that was a big key for them tonight. Let's see what they can do. 1st and 10 Colonels going from right to left. Stranad comes out in the shotgun. He's got Chingman to his right. Taylor and 2 wideouts to his left side. Besser to the right. They'll send Taylor in motion. He'll come and get the ball, takes it running around the right side, and runs out of bounds after a short gain up to the 45-yard line. Second down, Colonels, after the pickup of 3. Just ran Taylor in a little jet action that time and pitched it to him. Again from the shotgun. Taylor standing to his right, Chingman to his left for Stranad. They'll give it to Taylor. Cuts it up ahead, tries the cutback, and this time right there waiting for him was big Dayton Pretty, and Pretty drops him in his tracks for no gain at all.
Yeah, he made a cut. He started to come off to the left and then saw a defender there, try to cut it back to the middle of the field, and Pretty waiting right there at the line of scrimmage for him.
Well, you got a guy that kind of size. Somebody's got to move him a little bit and get him going in the wrong direction, and Pretty did a great job of staying with the play that time. 3rd down and 7 for the Colonels. 6:58, clock running. Final period of the game. Stranad has the ball. Fakes it one way, gives it the other. Bounce it to the outside. That's Caudill. He should be able to get the first down, and does. Up ahead to the 45 of North Oldham. Still spins out of a tackle, and will go out of bounds at the 41-yard line. 14 yards for Chris Caudill that time, and on an Oldham County first down.
Caudill looked like he was wrapped up twice in the middle of that play, and somehow spins. I mean, even when they thought he was down, he dove for another 5 yards.
That was an impressive run. Wideouts both ways for the Colonels. Now they send Taylor into the slot to the right. Caudill, the lone setback. Play action. Stranad back to throw. Now he's going to try to run it. Weaves his way through the crowd. Leans ahead. Fights through, and flags come flying in the offensive backfield. And this is probably going to be another hold.
I believe it was going to be a personal foul. There's a helmet ended up on the ground.
Let's see what we're going to see out of this one. Personal foul. You got it right. It's going to go against North Oldham. He got a gain of about 5 yards, but now a gain of 15 more. It makes it a 20-yard play.
I didn't see the actual penalty, but when I looked up, there was an Oldham County helmet go flying through the air, and typically when that happens, that's going to be a personal foul.
So all of a sudden, North Oldham knocking on the red zone door at the 21-yard line of North Oldham. 6:11 to play. Still plenty of time for these two squads. Colonels down by 6, obviously needing a touchdown here as they send Besser and Tyndall wide to the right. It's like Schindler and Taylor go wide to the left. Taylor in the slot. Schindler is the wide out. Stranad in the shotgun. Since Taylor in motion, fakes it to him. Throws for the end zone. Looking for Besser. Besser, did he go up and get it?
Out of bounds.
No,
I believe he came down out of
incomplete.
bounds. It looked like he came down with the ball, but he was out of bounds. And both two referees right there on top of the play called him out.
Yeah, he threw it to the far corner of the end zone, and he went up for it. Looked like he had it, but as he came down, the officials both agreeing that it was an incompletion. So 2nd down and 10 for Oldham County.
And a beautiful pass by Stranad. Put it, only his man was going to catch that, and give your receiver a chance.
Again, twins both ways for the Colonels. Taylor is the lone setback. Stranad fakes it to him, and there's a definite mix-up in the backfield there. Stranad ends up getting wrapped up back at the 25-yard line, and something did not happen the way it was supposed to on that play. There was a miscommunication extraordinaire back there, and they're actually going to mark him at the 22, so just a loss of 1. But the Colonels' play blows up. Pretty much 4-down territory, though, here for the Colonels. This clock down to 5:13 to go. We had a wild one on Pegasus last week when South Oldham won on the final play of the game down at Bullitt Central. Let's see what happens here. Stranad from the shotgun. 3rd down and 11. Throwing. He's got his man over on the right side. And Besser, I don't think he ever actually went down, but they ruled him down, I guess. Maybe he touched the knee.
Well, I think what happened, the pass was low, so he went down to catch it, and I think his knee was already on the ground when he caught the ball.
I think that's exactly what happened. A gain of 6. It'll be 4th down and a long 4, almost 5.
And like you said, Mike, 4-down territory, no doubt about it. You got to capitalize on your chances when you get down here into the red zone. And with just over 4 minutes remaining in the game, you may not get this opportunity again.
Oldham County Stranad has Chingman in the backfield as his lone setback from the shotgun. Stranad has the ball, retreats, looks right side, pass, tipped, and picked off. Trying to see the number of the player who comes up with the pick for North Oldham. And I believe it was Beasley. And Oldham County turns it over. First turnover of the ball game tonight. And with 4:01 to play, North Oldham in command here now. If they can, if they can get a first down here, they have a huge chance of winning this ball game now. Oldham County. Time is precious for the Colonels.
And I think you mentioned earlier we haven't heard much from Beasley here tonight. If you're going to step up and have your name called, that's exactly where you want it done.
First turnover of the ball game. North Oldham from the wing tee. Tomey in motion, gets the call. Dives into the line, pushes ahead, breaks away, and gets it out to about the 21-yard line. Didn't end up gaining about 5, maybe?
Yep.
Maybe 6. 2nd down and 4. Clock ticking at 3:40. Well, Oldham County with all that yardage in the first half, but in the second half, Scott, just 2 long plays, a 14-yard run by Caudell and a 23-yarder by Stranad. 2nd and 4 now. First down would be huge for the Mustangs. The give is to the tailback, and that'll be a first down. Jake Evans breaks his way through out near the 30, and the Mustangs move the chains. Only the 6th first down for the Mustangs tonight, but none of them any bigger than that one, as that buys them a whole new set of downs with 3:14 left.
And that was only his 3rd carry of the night. Of course, his first carry back in the first quarter, an 8-yard touchdown run.
You see the ball there marked at the 29-yard line, just shy of the 30, and North will take their time from here on out as they break the huddle at the 3-minute mark. Oldham County soon will have to start using timeouts here. Dowd under center. Long count. Brings back hands off to Evans. Evans wrapped up, tripped up quickly there as he reaches the line of scrimmage. Chase Tyndall in there, along with Luke Collins. Timeout on the field. 2:42 to play. North Oldham leads this one by 6, and we'll be back after this on the Pegasus Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Craig Wallace, Associate Principal at North Oldham High School. The North Oldham Athletic Booster Club is proud to once again sponsor high school sports on the Pegasus Sports Network. And now it's a great time for you to get involved supporting Mustang Athletics. Contact North Oldham Athletic Director Tom Clemens at 228-0158 for more information on how you can become a part of the Mustang Athletics programs through the North Oldham Booster Club. The North Oldham Booster Club, proud to be supporters of Mustangs and Lady Mustangs.
You're checking into business insurance. What's a good sign you found an agent who's also a dependable friend? Well, if you're dealing with an independent agent from S&A Insurance, you can count on continuous service with a specially tailored plan that fits your specific needs. That's a good sign. You found a friend in the insurance business that you can depend on. Talk to an agent from S&A Insurance in Crestwood at 243-2234. That's 243-2234.
North Oldham with the ball as we come back to action, second down, and it'll be second down and 8 actually here. Oldham County has just used a timeout. Remember, they had to use one early, so they only have one timeout remaining. Scoreboard actually shows North with, yes, that's right, North has 2 left because they also used one early. Not that I think the Mustangs are too likely to want to use one here. 2:42 showing here. We're still waiting for the officials to give them the okay to play a ball here. And here we go here as we come back to action here. Big play for the Oldham defense here. And a big play for the North Oldham offense. Dowd hands off into the line and breaking away from one tackler, but Josh Smith can't get away from the second. He spins forward, diving to about the 33 or 4 yard line, and Oldham County will call a timeout. So it'll be 3rd and 5. When we come back to action here, we'll take a quick timeout ourselves. North Oldham leads it by 6. We'll be back right after this on the Pegasus Sports Network.
Introducing a new baseball training facility in Crestwood. 10th Inning Training Center is now open, offering individual hitting, pitching, and catching lessons. Their instructors know what it takes to get your game to the next level. 10th Inning Training Center also offers facility rentals for team practices. Located on Old Highway 329 in Crestwood, 10th Inning Training Center is the place to go during the fall and winter months. Call Nick today, 645-3586. 10th Inning Training Center, 645-3586. Are you looking for a primary care physician or specialist? Baptist Hospital Northeast Physician Referral Service can help you find a physician close to you. Call 222-3627 or visit the online physician search at baptistnortheast.com.
All right, big play, 3rd down. North Oldham, they hand off to Tomey, and Tomey breaks away from one defender, but he's going to get wrapped up about 2 yards shy of the first down marker. Now keep in mind, Oldham County cannot stop the clock here. They've already used their last time out. So North Oldham, even if they decide to punt it here, doesn't have to punt it anytime soon. Clock is running with 2:15 to play here. And right now, Dowd's still standing out there. And now it does look like the Mustangs will punt this one away as the punt team comes out. Clock rolls with 2 minutes left in the ball game. Colonels will get this back with about maybe, about a minute and a half left, and they will not have any timeouts. Back to receive would be Chris Caudill. Colonels might bring the house here. And
looks like they are.
Hope for a block here.
And I believe we're going to get the lay of game.
Yep. Mustangs will take the 5 yards, knowing they got a pretty darn good punter back there in Caleb Kellogg.
Use every second off the clock that you're able to. Not a bad penalty there.
Well, Oldham County right now, all they need is a great return. Of course, the dilemma is if you do send the house to try to get the block, it's much harder to get that great return. They bring everybody, and they don't get it, but it still will be a very short kick. Takes an Oldham County bounce, and North Oldham will down it at about the Oldham County 48-yard line. So you could say both teams kind of got what they wanted, Scott. North Oldham was able to burn all but a minute and a half off of this ball game, but Oldham County will get the ball near midfield.
Well, not the best kick that we've seen tonight, but that's what happens when you bring the house. Just because you don't get the block on that, you do make a punter a little bit nervous. He has to think a little bit more about it, and he didn't catch that one clean. Now you've got halfway decent field position with a minute and a half to go.
Colonel's 52 yards away from Pater, 1:33 left, but they do not have any timeouts. Twins both ways for Stranad. He goes into the shotgun. Back to throw. Here comes the rush. Throws underneath to Taylor. Breaks one tackle. Can't break the second and gains just 2, and the Colonels will have to hurry up. Taylor's third catch of the night, but he's only got 12 yards receiving. Besser wide to the right. Schindler to the left. They'll send Taylor to the slot. Stranad trying to hurry the troops here. 1:10 to play as they use 23 seconds on that last play. Stranad back to throw. Throwing right side, and did he get it?
He did.
He did. And it was Besser Beasley again?
Yes, I believe it was.
It was. Beasley stepping in front of the defender, of the receiver, and that may have broke the Colonel's back as the Mustangs come up with their second INT of the night. Beasley comes up with his second INT of the night.
Now, Mike, I'm sitting here thinking about it. Beasley, we haven't called his name much at all here tonight, but guess what? I think he's the player of the game for this team.
Well, I tell you, two interceptions, and of course on that last possession, keep in mind Oldham County down near that red zone. They were actually a couple of yards outside it, but they were knocking on the door, and Beasley with the big turn back, and now he may have put the final nail in the coffin. Oldham County with no timeouts. North Oldham can pretty much kneel it and salt this one away. And that's exactly what Keenan Dowd will do. He'll take a knee here on the first down. They'll have to run one more play. And for the second year in a row, North Oldham will come from behind in the fourth and final period. And apparently, barring some freak play here, they will come with another come-from-behind win over their Oldham County rivals. 2nd and 11. Beasley set to take one more knee here. And this game will be all but over, but the shouting. 30 seconds as he takes the knee. 28 seconds, and they will not have to run another play. The Mustangs will improve to 2-0. Oldham County will fall to 1-1 as the final 17 seconds tick away. The Mustangs only managed 6 first downs in the whole ball game, but that was just enough. Two teams headed out on the field, shaking hands as the final seconds tick off. North Oldham wins it 16-10 over Oldham County. And we'll be back to Mustang Field right after this. You're listening to the Pegasus Sports Network on KentuckySports.co.
A wise man once said, "The secret to happiness is comfortable shoes." Well, I don't know about that, but I do know one thing. I'm a happy man when my feet are feeling good. And that's the idea behind Happy Feet, the world's most comfortable slippers. It's like walking on pillows. Owned and operated right here in Kentucky, Happy Feet has the coolest, the warmest, the most comfortable slippers around. College basketball fans will love the UK and U of L slippers. They look just like sneakers. Animal lovers will adore Animal Feet, a line of cushy slippers that look like every animal you can think of. There's even a dinosaur for the kids. Check them all out now at www.buyhappyfeet.com. That's www.buyhappyfeet.com, and give the gift of Happy Feet. Happy Feet. It's like walking on pillows.
You give 110%. Baptist Sports Medicine's group of sports medicine trained physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers go just as hard to get you back in the game you love. Our facility at Baptist East Point features private treatment rooms, a physical therapy gym, indoor turf field, and other sports training facilities. No matter what your level or your game, to get back to your best, consult the best. Call 253-6689 or visit BaptistSportsMedKY.com.
A proud sponsor of the Pegasus Sports Network is Mountjoy Chilton Medley Certified Public Accountants, the largest locally based accounting firm in Kentucky and southern Indiana, offering a full range of accounting, audit, tax planning, and advisory services for businesses and individuals. Employing nearly 120 CPAs, Mountjoy Chilton Medley provides highly specialized services that can help you achieve your personal and business goals. For a complete list of services and more, on the web at mcpa.com. Mountjoy, Chilton, and Medley, 502-749-1900.
Hi, I'm Craig Wallace, Associate Principal at North Oldham High School. The North Oldham Athletic Booster Club is proud to once again sponsor high school sports on the Pegasus Sports Network. And now it's a great time for you to get involved supporting Mustang Athletics. Contact North Oldham Athletic Director Tom Clemens at 228-0158 for more information on how you can become a part of the Mustang Athletics programs through the North Oldham Booster Club. The North Oldham Booster Club, proud to be supporters of Mustangs and Lady Mustangs.
I thought I was pro-choice. Then I saw government figures that say almost half of the 3,000 abortions done each day in this country are repeats. That means 2, 3, even 4 abortions for the same woman. Then I learned the Roe v. Wade court decision legalized abortion in all 9 months of pregnancy for any reason at all. Maybe being pro-choice isn't what I thought. It really got me thinking.
A message from Right to Life at KORLA.org.
At OfficeMax, your success is our business. Whether you're looking for a printer, office furniture, software, laptops, or simple office supplies, OfficeMax has it all in one convenient location at prices you can afford. Check out the OfficeMax Impress Business Center, where no job is too small or too large. They can help you with simple laminating or business cards, or help you put together that award-winning business presentation with their digital color printing, copying, and binding services. That's OfficeMax. Open till 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, till 6 p.m. on Sundays. OfficeMax. Work with us.
At Taylor Orthodontics, we believe everyone deserves a smile, a healthy, beautiful smile. Dr. Trevor Taylor and his staff are committed to serving you in a fun-loving, comfortable environment, and they'll use the latest in orthodontic treatments and technology so you can get better results with fewer visits. Don't hide your smile another day. Today's braces are smaller and more comfortable than ever before. Find out how Taylor Orthodontics can help you. Call today at 241-1515 or 228-2122. Taylor Orthodontics, a proud sponsor of the Pegasus Sports Network.
And welcome back. Pegasus Sports coverage of Oldham County High School football continues here as we wrap things up from Goshen, Kentucky, and North Oldham High School's Mustang Field 16-10. There's your final score. Many thanks to John Hancock for all the pretty pictures tonight here with KentuckySports.co. Matt McCarthy, our producer here tonight. Oldham County had the lead going into the fourth period, much as they did last year during last year's game. They went in with a much narrower margin this year, just up 10-9. But once again, it was North Oldham that owned the fourth quarter. We said that that was going to be a key for them tonight, and that was exactly what they did. They kept this game close until the very end, and they were the ones that were kind of like the stretch running horse, Scott. They poked their nose ahead right at the gun. You know, only 6 first downs for the Mustangs tonight, but, you know, whatever you need, you get, and that's what they did tonight. They just got enough to do the job, and you know, through 2, 3, 4 weeks from now, the only thing anybody's going to remember is North Oldham ends up winning this game 16-10. They did what they had to do.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Oldham County did what any team wants to do back in the second quarter. They kept the offense of North Oldham off the field. Eventually, they get back on the field there in the third quarter. They start getting a little bit of momentum. And between quarters, you and I talked. You said, man, this is eerily like last year's game, and you know, close going into the fourth quarter, and that's when North Oldham likes to dominate. You go back to our keys of the game that we talked about, keeping it close going into the fourth quarter. That's exactly what North Oldham did. They were able to come out with the win here tonight. Yeah,
I thought that North Oldham, the aggressor there in the second half, they played the second half with the confidence that this was their time on the field, and it showed. And you know, we had a game that up until the last 2 possessions for Oldham did not even have any turnovers, and Oldham County turning the ball over twice on those last 2 possessions, especially the next to last possession when they drove so deep and then end up throwing it away. Interesting. You know, you got to wonder. You know, maybe Oldham County goes back and looks back at this game and wonders whether maybe they got a little bit too far away what did so well for them in the first half, and that was the running of Jacob Taylor, who had 107 yards on 11 carries in that first half. He only had 6 carries the entire second half for just 16 additional yards.
And we talked about it. Sometimes when you get a lead or you get behind, you start doing things other than what you should be doing, and you find something that works, and like you said, you keep doing it until they show that they can stop you. And in my opinion, North didn't show that they could stop Jacob Taylor. They just kind of got away from it, maybe passed the ball a little bit too much there in the second half, and you get away from your game plan sometimes, and it can really stop momentum quickly.
The two teams really played this one very toe-to-toe. It was a lot of fun to watch because regardless of the movement of the ball on the field, the impression you got was of two heavyweight sluggers standing literally toe-to-toe and just beating the crap out of each other out there on the field. Two big lines that really played hard tonight. Oldham County with the edge early, and again, that part of what we said, the feeling of deja vu from last year when Oldham County dominated that first half, but didn't dominate it enough to put away North Oldham. Mustangs hanging around and getting it done late. I thought this year, maybe there wasn't that complete dominance there at the end, but it was very, very, very clear that the Mustangs were the aggressors there in that fourth period. And the big run by Nick Tomey on fourth down, to score from 23 yards out, that was a dagger.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and ends up being the game winner. You don't know that at the time, but that's the first play in the fourth quarter. So now all of a sudden that entire quarter is momentum going your way, and I think that touchdown really came off to the defense and really got their momentum going too for the Mustangs.
Well, and it's a budding rivalry here, just a second game between these two schools, but hats off to the Mustangs here tonight because they are now going to be able to hold the bragging rights for this one for another year. And as you talked about, these kids, they played Little League together, they played youth basketball together, they see each other all the time, and they get the bragging rights. I really like the rivalries here in this county. Now, some people may disagree with me on this to some degree, but I've seen a lot of rivalries, and I've seen a lot of rivalries where during the course of the game, the people who were the most active were the cops on the sidelines taking people home. And these have been fairly friendly rivalries, these rivalries within the county.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say there's two different kinds of rivalries. There's your friendly rivalries where your kids all know each other and they're going back and forth with the words, and that's all fine and good. But then you get your rivalries like you see in the NFL sometimes with the Raiders and the Steelers or somebody like that, and it doesn't always turn out so well for the fans or the players.
Let's take a look at the stats here tonight. Of course, these are all unofficial, but we'll first look at Oldham County. The Colonels tonight doing it mostly on the ground, 258 yards unofficially on 46 carries tonight. Jacob Taylor, for the second week in a row, led the way for the Colonels. 17 carries, 123 yards for the senior running back. Brett Stranad actually only carried the ball quite a bit. He only had one less carry than Taylor did. 16 carries for the senior quarterback. He had 83 yards rushing tonight for Oldham County. Chris Caudill, 7 carries for 44 yards. Addison Deckard, 4 carries for 18. And those were your leading ball carriers for Oldham County. Through the air, Brett Stranad, very conservative throwing the ball tonight, mostly short routes, 8 of 17 passing tonight, had the 2 late picks in the ball game, no touchdowns. He did spread the ball around quite a bit. Jacob Taylor was his favorite target out of the backfield, but again, very conservative routes, only 12 yards for Taylor total. Chandler Besser had 2 catches for 12. Irvin with a catch for 8. Michael Schindler with a catch for 8. And Chase Tyndall, the tight end, with a 4-yard catch. That one went for a first down. All told, Oldham County, 258 yards rushing, 44 receiving, for an unofficial total of 302 yards of offense, 18 first downs on the night for the Colonels, who moved the ball quite well in the middle of the field but had trouble finishing in the red zone. A big stat tonight, much as it was last year for Oldham County, was the penalties. 7 penalties tonight, and all of them a 10-yard or 15-yard variety penalty. A lot of holding calls for Oldham County tonight, very costly to the Colonels.
Well, you knew what the Mustangs were going to do coming into the game. Only 31 rushes, though. I think if you ask the coaching staff, they would like to almost double that number in the future. But 31 rushes tonight, 191 yards, only 3 pass attempts, and no completions there for the team. The leading rusher on the team was Josh Smith. I have him with 97 yards unofficially, so right around the 100-yard mark. And then the second leading rusher, Nick Tomey. Nick Tomey with 50 yards and a big one there in the second half, the 22-yard touchdown that we talked about. Also, Keenan Dowd ends up with 11 yards rushing, and Jake Evans ends up with 16, and Kellogg ends up with 17, all back in the first half.
Well, on that particular play, that last touchdown, you do see that a little more often than coaches would like to admit. And, of course, on the fourth, and it was about a 3-yard situation for the Mustangs. Obviously, Oldham County playing close to the line.
Right.
And you get past that initial wave of the defense, and a lot of times there is that opportunity to break the big one. And, of course, Nick Tomey, very deceptive speed. Yep. I don't think he gets nearly the kind of credit that the kid deserves. Obviously, when you talk about speed, you talk about the Evans kid. Jake has got some serious speed. People talk about him. They talk about the young sophomore, the Beasley kid, who's got such great speed. I think Nick probably gets a little bit overlooked in that equation, but he's got deceptive quickness. He got into that secondary, and that was a no-brainer. He was in the end zone before the defense could get to him.
And you said exactly what I was going to say for both of these teams. Both of them with nice speed at the running back position. Anytime those guys get past that first wave, there's very few defensive backs that's going to be able to catch them.
Well, a solid game here tonight. The fans got their money's worth, that's for sure, and we had a bunch of fans here. Very good crowd here at North Oldham High School. Quickly, we'll look at the scoring one final time. North Oldham on the board first in this back-and-forth ball game. Jake Evans with a 7-yard run with 9:15 to play. First drive of the ball game, and North Oldham on top 7-zip. Oldham County responded on their first drive of the game. They take almost exactly 2 minutes off the clock, and ends up being a for Oldham County, we'll say it was a trick play. That was what it was. It was a trick play. There was actually a fumble on the play, and fielded in the end zone by Collins of OC, and the Colonels tie it at 7 with 7:16 to go in the first. Little did we know that would be the last touchdown until the fourth quarter. North Oldham went back out in front late in the first period, 3:18 left. Sean Nurnberger of the Colonels had the snap go over his head on a punt. He downs it in the end zone for a safety, and North Oldham up 9-7. Colonels had a chance to go ahead midway through the second period, but Nurnberger missed a 45-yard field goal attempt that hit the crossbar and bounced short. He got a chance to redeem himself with just 7 seconds left in the first half, and he converts on a 34-yarder. Oldham County 10-9 at the half, and that's the way it stayed through the third period, as neither team could put any points on the board. But the Mustangs converted on the very first play of the fourth period, a 23-yard run by Nick Tomey on 4th down and 3. That gave them a 16-10 lead after the Caleb Kellogg kick, and that was the way it stayed as the Mustangs come up with 2 interceptions to turn away the Colonels on the final 2 drives. Scott, a quick look ahead to next week. Both these two teams go on the road. North Oldham fans, you'll be headed on the road to Jefferson County, Christian Academy of Louisville, what's turned into a pretty nice rivalry between these two squads. Oldham County also on the road. They go to Shelbyville to tangle with another team from this same 4A district. Oldham kind of in a tour of this 4A district. They had Atherton last week, North this week. They'll go play Collins next week. Both these teams going to have their hands full.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, we talked about last week, maybe the competition wasn't up to standards as far as trying to learn something about your teams. For really either one of these teams, you come here tonight, if you can't learn something from this game, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it was a good game for both teams, and of course the good news for both teams very early. We didn't see anybody go off that looked like they had any kind of serious injury, so it looked like they stayed pretty healthy. And also, this is not a district game, so neither team really gets hurt in that regard. Your final score, 16-10. Oldham County and North Oldham battle to a good one, but the Mustangs come away with the win. And that'll wrap up things here from Goshen, Kentucky. For my partner, Scott Jaggers, I'm Mike Montgomery. Thanking John Hancock on the camera and Matt McCarthy, our producer. We'll be back next week right here on the Pegasus Sports Network. Good night. You've been listening to Oldham County High School football on the Pegasus Sports Network. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by Happy Feet. It's like walking on pillows. By Mountjoy, Chilton, and Medley, the largest locally owned CPA firm in Metro Louisville. By Taylor Orthodontics, everyone deserves a smile. By SNA Insurance in Crestwood, your friend in the insurance industry. By Office Max and your local Office Max Impress Business Center. At Office Max, your success
is our business. By Baptist Health, feel better. By your local high school athletic booster club, which urges you to get in the game. Join your local athletic booster club. By Oldham Collision Center, treating your car, your investment, with the care it deserves. And by 10th Inning Baseball Training Center in Crestwood. Tune in next time for more live coverage of Oldham County, South Oldham, and North Oldham football on the Pegasus Sports Network.